Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
Your weekly dose of romance and drama has arrived. Season 29 of The Bachelor is here, and Grant Ellis, certified hottie and former day trader, is trading his day job on Wall Street for a second chance at everlasting love. New episodes drop every Monday at 8/7 Central, bringing you fresh twists in Grant's journey to find his soulmate. This self-proclaimed mama's boy is all grown up and ready to invest his heart. Will his playful charm win over the house full of hopefuls, or will the competition prove too intense? From heartfelt moments to adrenaline-pumping dates, each week brings new surprises in the mansion. Will Grant find his perfect match or end up with a broken heart? Tune in every Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu for new episodes of The Bachelor.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another wild, crazy edition. We just got off the road, and
wow,
we had a wonderful weekend in Sacramento and San Francisco. Thanks to everybody who came out to the Small Town Murder live shows, and now we are exhausted, but we're here. Damn it. And we're jacked for this, actually.
Fuck yeah.
My body is tired, but my mind is alive and ready to go here. So let's get into this. First of all, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for anything you could want. Anything you could want. Merchandise, first of all. All this, you want to say, you, sir, may fuck off? You can say it on your shower curtain, because we have that. You could say it on a skateboard. We have that, too. Or a coffee mug, if you just want to be understated about it. But, yeah, do anything you want there. Also, get your tickets for live shows and get your tickets for the 420 virtual live show for Small Town Murder. Come out. You don't have to come out. You're in your house.
No.
Wherever you are in the world, you can see the live show.
Stay in.
Stay in and watch the show anytime. It's available for 2 weeks after April 20th as well, and it's a good time. So get in there and see that show. Also, you want Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
You want it bad. Anybody $5 a month or above, a mere cup of coffee.
Right.
You will get so much for that money instead. You'll get a couple hundred back episodes to binge on immediately of bonus stuff. New ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. And this week is no exception, Jimmy. I'll tell you what. This week, what you're going to have for Crime and Sports, we're going to do the trials and tribulations of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So we all know Hulk Hogan, and he's had some weird stuff happen. Not really crime, except his son killed a guy, but that's a whole separate thing there. And he totally defended him, and
absolutely,
he's on the wrong side of most things. We'll put it in the end. It always ends up being. Always ends up doing the wrong thing and saying the wrong thing. We'll talk all about it, his divorces and his wife taking his money and going with some young guy. The whole thing's a mess. And then it's fun. For Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about, this is backed by popular demand, weird small town festivals from around the country. Again, those are always fun. We've found so many weird things. So we'll talk all about that. Can't wait. That's patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get that. So that said, oh, by the way, listen to Small Town Murder and, of course, Your Stupid Opinions, too, if you haven't listened to that. Because if you haven't, you're missing the funniest hour.
What a show. What a goddamn show.
God damn it, is it funny and ridiculous. So that said, let's get into this show, which is also very funny and ridiculous. Can't wait. We're going to, this might be our first, we didn't. Well, we did have, this is our second father-son combination of, we had Jerry Lawler and we had Brian Christopher. And now we had Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Sr. this week, too.
Is he one too?
Oh yeah, where do you think the like we said, the crazy nut doesn't fall far from the batshit tree? Didn't we say that at one point?
Yeah. Right.
And I think this is proof of it. The Mayweather family. This is
Great.
Floyd Joy Mayweather Sr. As we know, Floyd Jr. was the same thing. He is born in Mississippi.
Oh.
Born in Amory, Mississippi. Okay. Old Floyd Mayweather Sr., born March 15th, 1972, or 1952, I'm sorry. He is currently 72 years old. That's why I said that. So 1952. He seems older than that to me.
Does he?
Yeah, I always thought he was 72 like 20 years ago. So
I don't know what he looks like.
He's always been like kind of gray and always, he just looks like an older guy to me. And I always thought he was older than that, but I guess not. He described his town as a, quote, tired Mississippi town, which didn't pass 7,000 residents until 2010. So
really
very small place.
He's very eloquent with words, unlike his son.
Yeah, I don't know if he said that exactly or if somebody took his words and made it sound better, because I think that was from like the 70s. So,
all right.
No, not the 70s, because it was 2010. Someone said it. I don't know. Maybe it was him.
Somebody's very good at this.
Yes. Apparently, they said that one night the local auditorium had Elvis and Johnny Cash there, and that was a big deal. So they still
same night, huh?
Yeah, they still talk about that. So, yeah.
That night that happened.
The night that happened. Yeah. Those weird paths crossed. Yeah. It's a weird fucking show, man.
Yeah.
Very different vibes coming from those two places. Yeah, Elvis dancing around, and then Johnny Cash, he's not going to dance. He's not
going to stand the fuck still.
He's not air humping anything. Yeah, there's no.
Very pretend to be a criminal, this fucking jerk.
Very, very different show here. So, like on Wikipedia, it says he was born in Tupelo, but he wasn't. It was Amory. Okay. So he will end up.
That's where Elvis is from.
Elvis is from Tupelo.
Yeah,
he's from Tupelo. Right. So it's in this. I'm sure it's like a little town outside of Tupelo. There. Yeah, it's probably that. They just use Tupelo. Now he's like Floyd. He's also a smaller guy, 5'8". He's not like 6'2" or anything. Yeah. Also a boxer, as we'll talk about. Okay. His father's name is Thertha.
What?
Ther. The word heart is in there, which is weird. Theartha. Theartha.
Thartha?
Thartha. That's his dad's name.
That's confusing.
What the hell do you call him? Thea?
Yeah, I don't know. You can't fucking have a junior with that name. That's
no,
what that is.
They said Floyd. That's good. Good work, Grandpa.
Very easy to pronounce.
Want to name him after you? His name's Floyd. God damn it. We are not naming him after me, is what we're not doing.
Thartha. All right.
No one's been able to pronounce this shit my entire life. It ain't happening. I don't even know if that's.
Told me I've misspelled my own name.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's biblical. That doesn't even. I've never heard that before.
That's not a name.
Theartha 12-22. I've never seen that anywhere. So his mom's name is Bernice. Mm-hmm. He is one of 10 kids.
His dad?
No.
Floyd Sr.
Floyd Sr. is one of 10 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. 10 kids, which is rough. Now, his brothers will go on to be boxing champions as well. This family.
Is that right?
This family fights. And when you're from a shit town in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi and there's 10 kids, you got to learn to fight. Yeah. You got to learn to do something because you got to get out of that. So his brother Roger will be the WBC super featherweight and super lightweight champion. No and his brother Jeff will hold the IBO super featherweight title as well.
And they're all Mayweathers.
Yeah, they're all Mayweathers. Yeah.
Wow.
It's Roger Mayweather, Jeff Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather here, Sr.
It's a great boxing name.
Oh, Mayweather it's a good name.
Apart from the history of it, but that's a great fucking boxing name.
And you could put there's different nicknames you could put in it, you know what I mean? Like, because the word weather's in there, so you could be like thunder or lightning or, some
storm,
shit like that.
Anything.
So the quiet storm Mayweather, You could be all sorts of shit. Yeah. So I like that. I like that a lot. He's got
Mayweather brings flowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
storm.
You don't want to really mix that with your boxing persona, though.
You could go. No, I'm saying you could do something like put you below the daisies. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you. You're going to be pushing the daisies up.
Right.
He comes to the ring with a basket of daisies, throwing them to the crowd.
Fuck with this May storm.
You said that. I just pictured a guy with a nice flower basket hanging off his boxing glove.
Skipping?
Yeah, coming down to the ring, throwing them to the crowd like fucking Natasha Leggero with the roses when she would come to the stage. It's so weird.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Made more sense with her, though. This, I don't know. With her, it was
can't
good.
really see Roger doing that.
That would be amazing, though, if he did. You would stand out for sure, anyway.
With ruffled socks.
Yeah. Now, he has a total of 4, Floyd Sr. will have a total of 4 confirmed children, we'll say.
Really?
There may be 4 that he's claiming, for sure, that we know
Floyd's
of.
brothers and sisters.
Yes, Floyd's, I guess, technically. He's got Floyd Mayweather Jr., as we'll talk about when he's born, and then Justin Mayweather, who is also a boxer. So this family fights, period. He said that his father wasn't around. This is Floyd Sr. Said his father wasn't around most of his childhood. He said he never held any grudges, basically. His dad ended up leaving for good when he was 15.
Okay.
And he described having more of a friendship with his father than anything else. His dad wasn't really around much, and then he left, so I don't know if they had more of like an adult, like I'm not really taking care of you, son, so, that's, we're going to have a different kind of relationship here.
We'll have a beer and chat every now and again.
Have a chit-chat, complain about work, shit like that, you know what I mean?
Bitch about taxes
Bitch about the wife, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or your mom, oh, that's not nice, so maybe not.
That's probably not nice, yeah.
So, he said he wasn't really a rebellious kid, Floyd Sr. He just kind of developed a friendship to his dad. He said, well, actually, we should do it in their own words when he's talking about his dad. What do you say here? Maybe he'll get awfully emotional about it.
It's so weird to hear this and spotlight a man who we're talking about one of the highest paid athletes ever's grandfather right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not even mentioning that fucking guy. That guy's nobody.
He doesn't even matter.
Don't even care.
He says, in their own words, quote, not to be disrespectful, but my father wasn't that different from a lot of other fathers. He didn't do anything for his kids. Kids, they feel it. And age 15, that's a devastating time to leave. But at the end of the day, he was still my father. He wasn't the best father in the world, and he wasn't the worst father in the world.
Oh.
So there's that. Yeah.
That's not I guess that's not the worst because he didn't hit anybody. Well, we don't know.
He didn't like beat the shit out of the family when he was there. He didn't like take all their money and go smoke crack or anything like that. He was just
that's bad. Yeah.
He just wasn't real interested in having a family, it seemed
being
like.
a dad.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I got other shit to do. Weird thing is, maybe at that point you shouldn't have 10 kids. Maybe you have like
maybe make that decision after 2.
Have 1 or 2 and go, you know what, this really isn't for me. I'm going to ride this out for a while and then go away. But by the time, your 7th kid is 15, you're like, I've been doing this shit for 150 years? I'm out of here. This is crazy.
Not big on fatherhood. You have 7 of them.
He might have been for the first 5. That's the other thing. By 10, I wouldn't fucking be interested in it either. I'd be like, I'm done.
This ain't for me.
I don't care. Ask your brothers and sisters what the fuck to do. I don't care. 10. I told them. Yeah. 10 kids, too many.
Do they all have the same mom?
Apparently,
is Bernice everybody's mom? Wow.
Yeah, they're all Bernice's kids. So he said, he went on to say, my mom and dad were separated most of my life. I don't really know my father other than he would come over from time to time. I remember once when I was about 4 or 5, he gave me $100.
Oh,
that's a lot of money back then too. They were talking the 50s. That's like over $1,000, maybe $1,500 back then. Yeah. And my mother was so angry because I thought he was the greatest man on the planet.
You son of a bitch.
He came in, dropped a hundo on him, and he was like, "Oh shit, Daddy dropped a C note. He's the best." He treated him like a valet that he was like trying to impress.
Why don't you try that shit, Bernice?
Yeah. What Sinatra used to do to valets to get their affections, you know what I mean? Oh, I'll put the car right away, Mr. Sinatra.
You betcha.
So, yeah, that'll do it. He said, I thought it was so much money that it would last me forever. He was more like a friend, but I didn't become rebellious and I didn't hold a grudge.
Okay.
Well, there you go. He said he developed a friendship with his grandfather as well. A friendship. Again, weird way to put that.
It's called a familial relationship,
yeah,
man. You're supposed to have a friendship with your grandfather.
Yeah, I was friends with my grandfather. Yeah, me and him got along all right. We were friends. We were pals, we hung out. Did you ever think that before?
Never, no. I love that old man. Jesus Christ, he's the best.
They're just there. You have no choice in it. You're like, well, yeah. And you say the weird shit that they did. Yeah. And that was that, So he, Roger's the younger brother, and he held, like we said, all these belts, and his brothers were doing very well. So Floyd will become a successful boxer, but never as much as his brothers. His brothers, he's in the shadow of his brothers. So he's got two brothers that he's in the shadow of, and then obviously his son, who is, one of the top 5 pound-for-pound boxers in the history of boxing.
Yeah, I think the richest boxer of all time.
We went over, at the time we did the episode, which was years ago, he had made I think $600 million or something. Yeah, and then
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like in his cuts of shit. And then since then, he's made more money. So
I watched a graph that showed the highest paid athletes.
It's always
and
boxers.
His name from the start to his, he went up so fast, and his number was eclipsing everybody.
It's ridiculous
by crazy amounts. Mm-hmm. And then obviously it dropped down, but that's just because he's not boxing anymore. He still demands huge cash wherever he goes.
Absolutely. And Jesus Christ, because the guy, usually you're big for a while, then you lose.
Yeah. And then there's no money.
And then it's, less and less and less, but he just never lost. So it just never went away. The whole thing was maybe he'll lose this time, and he never does. So
never did. And they just pay him to show up places now, making more money than any of us do for one night.
And he's a huge gambler, so casinos love having him in. They have him in. Yeah. They pay him big money, and then he gives it right fucking back to him. It's amazing. What a great guy to have there. It's perfect.
And he can't even read to know.
No. What we did, I remember doing a boxer where they, the manager made it so the boxer couldn't have any money. I don't remember what episode it was, but it was
needs to be him.
He can't have any money because he'll blow it before the end of the fucking weekend. We can't give him the check. He'll blow it before the fight. We can't do that.
We'll end up paying for a hotel room, for Christ's sake.
We'll be in debt more than his payday by the time the fight comes. We're going to owe for room service by the time this is over. So that had to be a thing. Roger and Floyd had a rivalry always, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, like some sort of sibling rivalry. They were which is a very weird thing here. November 21st, 1974 is Floyd Sr.'s first fight. Okay. Professionally, that is. He fought Ron Pettigrew. Yeah. So there's him. Ron Pettigrew, who came into the fight 2-10-1.
Okay.
For his career, 11-50-5.
Holy.
11 wins and 50 losses. That's...
If he knew how to read, he doesn't now.
No,
that's crazy.
He doesn't know his address at this point.
No.
That's fucking horrible.
That's a beating.
This fight goes all 4 rounds, and Floyd here wins the decision on that by points, so he's 1-0. Next up, he fights Sparky Wheeler.
Okay.
Sparky. April 11th,
old kid.
1970. Little Sparky. Well, he came, he brought the morning paper, and then he said, "I'll fight you, mister. I'll fight you for my tip." And he said, "Come on in here, Sparky. Come on in here, Sparky. I'll kick your ass." Sparky comes in 2-0, actually. But, this fight takes place in the Steelworkers Hall in Baltimore.
Probably right there in the lunchroom.
Which makes me think of it's the Union place in The Wire.
Yeah, probably
where
is.
they go to get jobs,
Yeah.
They put in for it.
Steelworkers Union Hall.
That's it in Baltimore. That sounds like a tough place right there.
No shit.
Jesus, that's a good place to get your ass kicked.
People get their ass kicked there all day anyway.
If not in the ring, you can go out and one of those guys will kick your ass. These are a bunch of tough guys, probably, I think, watching these fights. I picture sparks flying while the match is going in the background while steel's being done, like in No Holds Barred.
Even if you don't throw a punch, you're getting your ass kicked all day.
All day long, yeah. Just working. So Sparky will come in 2-0, but this will be his last fight of his career. Floyd teaches him that he's not really a boxer, and he retires after this. This is a TKO in the second round for Floyd, making him 2-0. A lot of guys will do that. Hey, I'm a boxer. Then they fight a real boxer, like, oh, shit, no, I can't beat guys like that. That's crazy.
A boxer.
Yeah, that's insane.
I can't believe I thought I was a boxer.
That guy was he was really coming at me. I don't like that.
Threw punches and shit.
It's wild. April 29th, 1975, so he's really packing them in here now.
Yeah.
He fights Ernie Wilcher, who also goes by Wilt Witcher. Wilt Witcher and Ernie Witcher. Those are his two names, but he spells them differently. Okay. So he spells The Witcher differently. He puts a T in it when he's Wilt. And he takes the T out when he's Ernie. So, okay. This guy comes into the fight 2-28-1.
Yikes.
2 wins and 20. Dude, whoever's hiring him, that's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. That's so stupid. And back then, too, that happened a lot because they were just filling in cards. Yeah. And they were building up Floyd's record. That's what they were doing because they thought he was decent and his brothers were good fighters. And now they just put a tomato can in there. For his career, 4-49-2.
Oh, that poor bastard.
That just a pummeling. He's a punching bag. Yeah. He probably works, a regular job during the week, gets his brains pounded in on the weekends for $200, and
and now he can't drive.
And now he can't remember where he actually works. That's the problem. Fuck,
he
how
can't
do I get
remember where
there?
he parked the car.
No, he's like, do I have a car? So this fight, TKO in the first round. This is at the Capitol Center, actually, so it's a big event. So
what is that?
Like the Capitol Center, it was a big arena. They
big
used
theater
in Landover. They used to have WWF wrestling there a lot back in the day.
Maryland,
in the early '80s. Yeah, Landover, Maryland. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's there. Next up, May 8th, 1975. So I mean, that's quick. 10 days later, just about. Right now, he fights C.J. Faison, and he is a 6-5 fighter coming into this fight. And Floyd, this is at the Steelworkers Hall again, the illustrious Steelworkers Hall in Baltimore. This is a knockout in the third round for Floyd. So he's 4-0.
My God.
He's 4-0. He's dominating the Steelworkers circuit. Wonder if he's fighting actual Steelworkers.
All right, the champion of Local 362.
Yeah. He takes off like his welding gloves and he puts his boxing gloves on. He's like, all right, let's go. A lot of burns from sparks all over him, A
lot of blisters.
He's very blistered. I'm going to say it. That's grace for him, I'm going to say.
4-0.
That's 4-0. And he could be as good as his brothers. Everything's fine, but it doesn't quite work out like that. So I'm going to say that's grace here. He is... he's getting fluff pieces, though. There's a nice fluff piece here in the Baltimore Sun saying that he earned his third straight knockout by finishing C.J. Faison after 113 in the third round. I guess he had knocked Faison down in the second round for a standing 8 count, and then now he finished him off there. So they said Faison fainted on his way to the dressing room and was taken to the hospital for observation.
Oh, so he's done a number on Faison.
So yeah, Faison. I mean, we did 2 bonus episodes on in-ring boxer deaths. And
this is how it starts.
That's how it happens. Guy gets in the back and he thinks he's fine, and then he just falls over, and next thing you know, he's dead a day and a half later.
Doesn't wake up for 60 days, and they have to pull the plug.
He's got a fucking brain bleed, and it's over there. So there's that. And if you find that story interesting and you're perusing on down the page, you might want to stop by the House of Foam.
Oh, Foam?
Yeah, Foam. The House of Foam. It's at 1101 Light Street. If you happen to be in Baltimore in 1975, that is.
And still there.
They have cushions, mattresses, etc., cut to size while you wait.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, they'll make a foam cushion for you if you got like a sleeve for it.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, they'll cushion. They'll
like
foam it
some
up for
party
you.
with foam.
No, it's not a foam
an
party.
An industrial building where they got DJs mixing and foam flying all over the place.
It's an aluminum building where you go in.
They got 16 by 16 cushions.
That's it, and they'll cut a cushion to size for you, and that's it.
You got a 21 by 21. We can cut it.
We'll cut it. Yeah, we'll do it. All right. Leave the sleeve there, would you? Leave the cover. Make sure it fits.
We'll fit it.
We'll fit it. Don't worry about it. So May 22nd, 1975, Tyrone Phelps he fights. Phelps is 6-1 coming in. So not exactly ripping the world up here. He's 500. No. But this is a TKO loss for Floyd in the second round. So he gets stunned here completely.
Right away.
Yeah. Tyrone will go on to be 13-34-3. So not a good fighter.
Jeez.
Not really good. He gets a rematch with Tyrone a month later, and this fight goes all the way. It's a full decision into the 8th round, split decision win this time for him. So there he is, 5-1 now. So he got his revenge on Tyrone, and Tyrone will go on to have a horrible career. And Floyd will make plenty of money off his son, so it's all good.
I feel bad because you want people to chase their dreams and have a career and such, but if you've got 12 losses and only 8 wins, there's never been a great boxer in the history of boxing that would started out 8-12. You know what I mean?
It's never happened.
Never happened.
It might have happened.
You're not going to rattle off 40 wins now.
Maybe in like 1908 or something, but nowadays is not the way it works now.
It's never going to happen.
Nope. You start out hot and you stay hot. Once you get like 2 losses, it's really all downhill from there. Fucks
Pretty
up your
much.
confidence. So that, by the way, this is pretty funny. During this, not really funny, but during the same time in this newspaper, there's an article that relates to another Mayweather. Nobody he's related to, but it's kind of a wild story. It starts out with a headline that says, 6'6" Detroit rape suspect. Okay.
Mayweather?
A strapping 6'6" man was charged with 2 rapes Thursday. Strapping. It's very odd to compliment the rapist's physicality in the first sentence of the newspaper. That's
a well-hung rapist.
A rapist cocked down to his knee, square-jawed, sure-footed, strapping 6'6", handsome man.
Broad-chested 6'6", handsome fella.
Charged with 2 rapes. Parentheses, we obviously don't even really think he did it. Who wouldn't want to fuck this guy? Anyway, here's the rest of the story. Like, that's what it seems like.
Couple chicks now say they didn't want it.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. Anyway, the cops have to look into it nowadays, right? Okay, whatever. Eye roll. Strapping. 2 rapes.
6'6" stud of a rapist.
Just a big stud. Just a big, handsome fucking stud muffin rapist.
That's the smile on this guy.
That was his nickname, the stud muffin rapist. He said that, and police said he was being investigated in hundreds of other cases. Hundreds. How strapping is he? Jesus. Including the rape murder of 7 prostitutes along Detroit's seedy Cass corridor. This is a serial killer.
Hold on.
Strapping.
The guy that's writing this knew all this.
He knew
before he wrote strapping.
That's in one small paragraph. By the end of it, we go from strapping to murdered 7 prostitutes in a seedy corridor. What the fuck are we talking about? Leave strapping out. The editor didn't. Maybe the editor said, hey, you just said he's 6'6". What kind of guy is he, though? Is he, like, gangly? He's strapping. Well, put that in there. The people want to know this shit. Come on.
They need your help. You're painting this.
They don't know who he is. He could 6'6". Yeah, that's something. But, I mean, is he handsome? What's his cock like? Let's talk about it.
Use your brushes, Bob Ross.
Come on. Jesus Christ. They can only... It's whatever's not. If it's not on the page, it's not on the screen. You know what I mean? That's what they say.
That's what it is.
What it is here. Oh, man. So police chief Philip Tannenin said Carl Mayweather Jr., 29, was actually caught in the act of raping a Detroit woman in River Rouge Tuesday night. Caught in the act.
It's not even.
That's how they know he's strapping. In the act.
I understand innocent until proven, but he's caught in the act.
Caught in the act.
Compliment the man.
His dick was in someone while they were screaming for help. That's fucking bad.
You guys, I hope that guy was fired.
I mean, come on. Caught in the act of raping a Detroit woman. Wow. And matched the description of a man wanted for several sexual assaults in the Cass Corridor area. Yeah, 6'6" is a...
It's tough, yeah.
6'4" and above are 1% of the population. 6'6" and above is like 3% of the population. There's really very few guys that size walking around.
And the one that rapes, pretty easy to get caught.
Yeah, how many? What are the odds? Is there like a piston in town too that's raping people? Because otherwise, the odds are against another 6'6" rapist in the same area anyway.
Yeah,
you know they're going to bump into each other and be like, "Hey, man, I'm the power forward here. What are you doing?"
And to tell him strapping.
Yeah, look how strapping I am. The police officer disclosed that a search of a Detroit home occupied by Mayweather turned up 600 used women's undergarments.
Oh, my God.
He's a creepy motherfucker, man.
And they knew all of this.
Strapping.
And they complimented him.
Strapping. That is why. That was the first thing. A strapping rapist. It was, what? Officers also said they found a machete, 6 knives, a collection of women's jewelry, and some obscene photographs. He said,
this man is a prolific serial killer.
Yeah, he's Ted Bundy, for Christ's sake. Here's
That's
Barry
a
Ridgway,
bad
more
person.
accurately. Yeah.
He's carved up half of Detroit.
This is wild. He's just carving his way through the entire underbelly of the night here.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. I'm going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
We have hundreds and hundreds of physical evidence which will take weeks to process. We have hundreds and hundreds of physical evidence, he said. What is that? He left a word out or something there.
Pieces? Items?
Yes, not just
exhibits?
nothing.
Not just the way that sentence is written.
He also said, we're accumulating hundreds and hundreds of cases against him, which will take weeks to process. So, meaning the legal cases, because if he stole underwear from 600 different women, those are all separate cases that they have to investigate now.
Oh, my God.
They said they've dubbed the Cass Corridor killer Bigfoot because rape victims reported he had massive feet and hands, which also means...
You know what that means.
Yeah, strapping is what that means.
Christ.
Therefore, strapping. But asked, where were all the Pistons? Are they all accounted for? Because this is the only people else could have done it. But asked if Mayweather was Bigfoot, Tannanen hesitated, then replied, we're not prepared to affirm that. He said Mayweather weighed 235 pounds and wears a size 14 shoe. In other words, it's him, but I can't say that for sure.
I don't know for sure, but he's fucking giant.
Oh, my God. They found him Tuesday night in a car with a 19-year-old woman, and the woman told them that he just raped her at gunpoint.
Oh, she's so lucky to be alive.
Yeah, they got pulled over. It's the only reason she's still alive, probably.
Oh, Jesus.
So he was arraigned on charges of armed robbery, first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and they set a high bond so they can get him in there. Yeah. Later in the day, he was charged again with the rape of a 21-year-old woman in her home, a different rape. There. The woman lived in the city's east side across town from this corridor, which is about a mile due north of downtown. They set a bond high for that as well. Here, they arrested the arrested man's father, Carl Mayweather Sr., because, of course, that guy's a junior.
Yeah, for sure.
Said his son is innocent. Caught in the act. They pulled over and they said, thank God, get me out of here. He just raped me at gunpoint. Innocent. 600 pairs of used women's underwear. Innocent.
Wow.
Innocent. Perfectly fine. You're allowed. Who doesn't have 600 pairs of used women's underwear?
I mean, yeah.
600 pairs. Is there a woman that has 600 pairs of her own underwear? I don't think that exists, probably.
No.
You'd say they were weird, right?
Unless she's an OnlyFans lady who sells them.
So, she just puts them on for a minute, takes them off. Yeah, that'd be the only way. So they said that is wild. His father said, quote, he's got girlfriends, so many girlfriends that he can't keep up with them. He doesn't need to go out and rape women.
Wow, man.
Because he's telling his dad, I'm going out, I got dates. He's just raping people. That's different.
Right.
That's not a girlfriend. Yeah.
He's not being honest with you, man. He's not getting the whole story.
The elder Mayweather lives on a cattle ranch he operates in Belleville, about 30 miles west of Detroit. I did not know there was cattle ranches 30 miles from Detroit, by the way. Yeah. That seems very close for cattle ranching.
Cat milking days in Motown. We just found out it's true.
Wow, yeah. That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
He questioned whether his son had time to commit the rape Tuesday night, saying the younger Mayweather, he was in the car with her. He got caught in the act.
Dude.
What are you talking about?
I'm thumbing through his calendar here. I don't think he has enough time. I mean,
he's got a lot of social engagements. It says time with the girlfriend, time with every page. I mean, different girl. Look, you should see all the underwear he's got. They just throw them at him. He's like Tom Jones. He just comes out and panties come flying.
Him and No Show Jones are in a contest. Who's got the most?
I think he's winning, too. I'll tell you what.
He's got to be up by now.
So, wow. He said he left work in Detroit at 9:10 p.m. Mayweather Sr. also said his son is a vice president in the family moving business, Mayweather's Moving and Delivery in Northwest Detroit. Oh, good. Yeah. So he gets in people's houses, too.
Right.
And has access to their shit.
This might be how he's stealing panties.
Yes. If you're a mover, you can steal all the panties. Yeah.
Wow.
Tannen, the cop, asked the news media to refrain from using pictures of Mayweather to prevent possible bias by witnesses who may participate in lineups. And they said they were trying to get Mayweather to cooperate, and the only thing he told them was, quote, he doesn't want his mother to see him on the 6 o'clock news tonight.
Yeah, she's going to be very sad.
How about crime in sports in 40 years? How's that? 45 years.
Oh, she's still around.
I'd love to see how that turned out. We'll do a follow-up on Carl Mayweather there and find out how many. He's
got to have been convicted, right?
He's got to be Bigfoot. Like I said, there's no. Yeah, right. That would be the weirdest coincidence. Just another giant rapist in the same area. Tom Paine was in jail during then, so
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We know that for a fact. So April 21st, 1976, he fights. This is our Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather Sr. Darrell Little Train Penn. Okay. Little Train. You don't want to be little anything if you're a boxer. Never. Maybe if you're a rapper, fine. It's stupid, but fine. You're expecting, I always see that with rappers, and I'm like, you're not expecting your career to last long, are you? I know right now it seems like you're going to be young forever, but when you're 36, you're going to be real fucking dumb when you're a little shithead when you're fucking 36. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. Nas is still putting out albums. You know, if he was Lil Nas, it would look weird. You know what I mean? Lil Nas X is going to have a problem. He's going to have to be Nas X after a while because shit ain't going to work.
Yeah. And Lil Dicky did it as like a joke, but now he's successful.
Now, well, there's like a million rappers that are Lil. That's the ice of the 2010s was Lil.
So weird.
It was, you know, the late 80s ice version.
Yeah. I don't get it either because it's I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, little? What do you want to be little for?
Yeah, I mean,
Big Daddy Kane back in the day.
Even Lil Kim's career took a shit.
Yeah, and Lil Kim was like, "Look at me! Here's my Lil Kim and my little pussy." Was like her whole thing. You know, it was different. Different.
Yeah.
So April 21st, 1976, against Lil Train, who's 6-1 coming in. This is a unanimous decision win for Floyd Sr. Lil Train will be 26-34 for his career. So
wow.
This fight took place in Seattle also. So April 23rd, 1976, he fights Bobby Orr. Obviously the Boston Bruins Hall of Fame player, clearly, you know.
Does he get to hit you with a stick?
I mean, you don't have a jersey to pull over your head, so it's going to be rough, but he'd be a tough son of a bitch.
It's going to be.
Is it on ice or on a mat?
I'll bet at those guys that are 8-12 starting out, I'll bet Bobby Orr could keep up with them.
He could probably kick their asses. He could take a punch. We know that because he takes bare-fisted punches in the ice cold, so he could do that.
He doesn't need to wear a mouth guard. He's got no fucking teeth.
if you put him on ice, he's going to fuck you up. Put it that way.
Yeah.
That's, you know. So he's 3-7-1 and 4-15-1 for his career. This is a TKO in the 8th round for Floyd Sr., making him 7-1. Next up, he fights no nickname, Freddie Jones.
Okay.
Just Freddie Jones, 13-6-2 coming into his career. This will be his last professional fight because he gets knocked out in the 3rd round and doesn't want to fight anymore. Yeah. So 8-1 for Floyd Sr. Next up in July of 1976, he fights Joe Armour, who is 3-3 coming into his career. He'll finish up at 3-5, so we know how that takes place, or we know how this takes place. Yeah. Unanimous decision win for Floyd Sr. This takes place in Kalamazoo at Wings Stadium in Kalamazoo. Yeah. So I assume that's a minor league hockey team. I'm just going to go out on a wing.
It's not with a Z?
I'm going to go out on a wing myself. No, it's not. No.
It's not Wings Stop
Wings
Arena?
Stop Arena. Yeah, that's what it should be. August 22nd, 1976. Andra Love he fights, which sounds like a porn star.
A gal.
Andra. Aundra. Love.
Yeah, that's a gal.
Andra Love is, she's going to try anal this year. That's going to be her big thing.
Tugged to her?
Yeah, man, forget about the tits on Andra
great.
Love. Man, hot. Well, she's also a badass 8-1 fighter coming into this fight. But this will go all 10 rounds, and Floyd Sr. will win a unanimous decision. This took place in Flint, Michigan, by the way, so no one can drink the water. 10-1. February 24th, 1977, a junior is born, everyone.
There he is.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is born, and his mother...
The world will never be the same.
Yep. His mother, Deborah, is a heroin addict who would later die of AIDS, as we remember.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh, that's good. So awful.
That's not great at all. No.
Oh, my God. I'm sure I learned that before, but I am still shocked.
It's interesting. Now, we're going to probably have some crossover as far as a quote here or there from the Floyd Jr. episode, but so fucking be it. It's a different thing. But so Floyd Sr., very difficult with his son, as we found out in the Floyd Jr. episode. Right. Floyd Jr. said, "My father would beat me for anything I did, even if I hadn't done anything. He's going to beat me. I used to pray for the day I could become an adult and get away from it. I got tired of getting beat."
Good God.
That's why he's so good at avoiding getting hit in the ring, I think.
You might be right.
Shit, Dad.
Bobbing and weaving Pop's fists.
And his dad's a boxer, so he's really had to learn
fighter.
How to bob. It's not like a normal dad who just comes up and slaps you.
When a drunk dad throws his off-balance left.
He's throwing combinations at you and shit. Floyd learned how to really get out of the way of that. That'll
Wow, that's help you. He's got an advantage
over the other. Yeah, he's like, shit, my dad whoops my ass. Like, he gave me a left, right, and an uppercut. Your dad's a pussy. He just hit you once. That's weak. So he said, my dad was kind of hard on me. As a child, I didn't really have a child life. I was jogging with combat boots on and chopping wood at the age of 10. Road work. It's got him doing road work.
Heavy.
That's wild. Wow. It was kind of like school. Everything I did when I was younger, I got beaten for. It was bad. A belt or an extension cord. I remember that.
Oh, no.
An extension cord. A belt is bad enough, but an extension cord is worse. An extension cord, if you ever hit anybody with a cord, it immediately will...
It cuts.
It's like a whip, basically. Yeah. It's the same thing. It'll cut you. It's fucking really, really bad. So that's pretty disturbing. He said he's forgiven Floyd Sr., though, over the years. He said, even though his daddy did sell drugs, this is the elder Floyd Mayweather, even though his daddy did sell drugs, he's talking about himself, by the way.
That's how he third persons?
His daddy, meaning me.
He's no Michael Irvin.
He's like a fourth person. He went there. He took it another route. It's not even the third person anymore.
Yeah.
Even though
it's like writing a book about him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He wrote a book about himself, but wow, okay. The drugs I sold, he was a part of it. He had plenty of food. He, not meaning Floyd Jr. was selling drugs with him, but he said he ate the fucking food that came from it.
Yeah.
What was he supposed to do? Go, no, Dad, I don't like the way you acquired this chicken tonight. This roast beef is not what didn't come through the avenues I prefer. I'm going to starve. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Shut up and eat your Crack Rock Lucky Charms.
And then you get beaten with an extension cord. So
that'll do it.
You eat what your dad puts on the table when the other option is a left hook or an extension cord. He said he had the best clothes and I gave him money. He didn't want for anything. Anybody in Grand Rapids can tell you that I took care of my kids. He said that he did all of his hustling at night and spent his days with his son, taking him to the gym and training to be a boxer. He says if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be where he is today, which is true.
Pretty amazing.
It is true. I mean, there aren't a lot of boxers who are trained so. I mean, there are kids that go to the gym early and they go there all day, and even if they spend all day there, they don't have it in their house. This is 24/7 training with his dad, mentally, physically, everything.
This is that Raiders quarterback thing, but
Marinovich, yeah,
plus success.
With success, yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's just really, really fucking good at it. And Floyd Jr. doesn't like heroin. Also, I think is the other thing.
Yeah,
that was Todd's big problem. Is he really dug the heroin?
He'd rather gamble some of this rather than be high.
Yeah, that's his high. It's a different kind of high. So he says if he wouldn't be there, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be there. March 27th, 1977, Miguel Barreto, who's 30-8 coming into this fight. So it's a good fighter. This is at the Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio, and this is a unanimous decision win for Floyd Sr., and this will be Miguel's last fight as well. He retires after this.
Retires a man in Texas.
God damn it. Can't do it. Next up, June 11th, 1977, Ron Pettigrew. He fights. Who's
same guy? Is that the same guy from the first fight?
I think from before, yeah, Ron Pettigrew. Yeah. He was, crappy fighter. Not good. Yeah. He's his record is 7-32-4, 11-50. Yeah, that's the guy.
I think that's him,
This is at the Michigan Center High School in Michigan Center.
Oh.
I don't know. That sounds not great. 7th round knockout for Floyd Sr. here.
That feels like it was done for money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's a local guy.
Stays home, has a little job to pay his mortgage.
Bring a tomato can in. Not only we know he can beat, he already did beat. So just put him out there. August 4th, 77, Sammy Rookhard. He fights 20-17. He is coming in. TKO in the 10th round. These fights are going long, all of them.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, this is 13-1 for Floyd Sr. December 10th, 1977, Pablo Rodriguez. Sounds like a made-up name. Quick,
sure does, yeah.
Name a Mexican guy. Pablo Rodriguez. I don't know. You know,
you can find both those names real fast.
Real fast. 13-24 coming into this fight. Mm-hmm. He'll never win another fight, by the way. 13-33 for his career.
Holy shit!
Loses out for the rest of his career.
It just fell apart.
Terrible. Yeah, this is at the Gerald R. Ford Fieldhouse in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
So unanimous decision in the 10th round. So another full fight for him, though.
God damn it.
14-1. No wonder why he's beating the shit out of his kid. He's just having flashbacks and throwing punches. He sees any movement out of the corner of his eye, he just throws a left at it. He can't help it.
Feels like the fight never ends. You may as well just always throw the punches.
Just keep doing it. August 25th, 1978, he fights Art McKnight, 13-2 coming into this fight. So not bad. Another all 10-round unanimous decision.
Wow.
Not good. So, but it does get his record to 15-1, which is respectable enough to get a big fight for some good money. And that big fight is on September 9th, 1978 against Sugar Ray Leonard. That's a big one.
Floyd Mayweather's dad fought Sugar Ray Leonard.
Absolutely fucking did. Sugar Ray was in the Olympics and was an Olympic medalist, so he was a big deal on fight number 1. His first fight was on nationally televised. I mean, everybody was waiting for him. So he's 13-0 at this point, Sugar Ray is.
And he's like a pretty guy. You know what I mean? He's very handsome. Yeah.
He's handsome. He's well-spoken. He doesn't seem punch-drunk. Like a lot of boxers seem like they've been hitting the head a lot. He never seemed like that. He was quick on his feet, and he was an Olympian, and he also... For like middle America, he wasn't like Muhammad Ali brash. He was
won't scare the white people, and he won't make them feel bad. Yeah,
no, he was business. He was like, I'll get paid during the day, and then I'll be who I am at night. I don't need to fucking, that was kind of his deal there. So Sugar Ray 13-0 coming in. This is at the Civic Center in Providence, and this fight goes into the 10th round, where Floyd Sr. will lose by TKO. He broke his hand during the fight. So somewhere
he may have beat him.
Somewhere in the middle of the fight, he broke his hand, and so that was. I mean, once you break your hand, you're pretty fucked in boxing. You can't hit with the same force. You're done. I mean, you're not.
He could have beat Sugar Ray if all of it held together.
You're not going to beat a great fighter with one hand. It's just not going to happen.
Never.
Mayweather was knocked down twice in the 8th round, but came back and ended up getting TKO'd in the 10th. So he's a tough son of a bitch. We'll say that for him. January 22nd, 1979. He's hospitalized here. This is great. I can't wait to tell you what he got hospitalized for. This might have been in the Floyd Jr. episode. I can't remember.
A run-in with Bigfoot?
No. This is a run-in with a member of his own family here.
Oh shit!
Yes. Apparently, this is his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I think his name is Baboon. Oh, it's his. I'm sorry, it's his uncle. Why did I say brother-in-law? I knew it was a woman's brother, and I thought it's his mother's, Floyd's mother, Floyd Jr.'s mother, his brother.
Her brother.
So it would be his brother-in-law. I was right. The fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, but wait, whose brother-in-law?
The lady he knocked up to make Floyd Jr., her brother. That's his brother-in-law, or his whatever, if they're not married, whatever. But
it's definitely his brother-in-law.
He's known as Baboon.
You say it, not me.
That's his nickname. Well,
I'm doing it.
I didn't name him that. That's just what his name is. Yeah, I probably wouldn't call him that. So Baboon, Tony Sinclair is his name, and apparently he was a business associate with Floyd Sr. in the drug trade as well. And Floyd Sr. had a little run-in with him here. And I guess Floyd Sr. grabbed Baboon by the throat at a local roller rink and sent him running away. They had a little beef, and Floyd Sr. grabbed him and said, I'll fuck you up. And this guy, not being crazy, said, I'm not going to fight a professional boxer who almost beat Sugar Ray Leonard fucking 2 weeks ago. Right. That's insane. Yeah. I'll get out of here and go back and get my shotgun. And that's what he did. He goes back and gets his shotgun. He got a 20-gauge shotgun. Floyd Sr., and this is straight out of Floyd Sr.'s mouth, held his son up in front of him and said, you won't shoot my son. Remember that? Yeah. He said,
it was his dad that did it.
Yeah, it was no.
His
Floyd
dad
Sr.'s,
held him.
Yeah, Floyd Sr.'s dad held Floyd Jr. We have to do it in their own words on this because it's the best in their own words ever. Yeah. Okay, in their own words, quote: "If you're going to kill me, you're going to kill the baby too." Floyd's mother said, "Give me the baby." She was pulling the baby out of my arms so her brother could shoot me, but I wasn't going to put that baby down. I didn't want to die. It wasn't about putting my son in the line of fire. I knew Sinclair wouldn't shoot the baby, so he took the gun off my face and lowered it down to my leg, and bam.
Shot him in the leg.
He shot him in the leg. He said, okay, fine, pow. Your kid's not down there. He held his son in front of him as a human shield. It worked, but I've never heard of that before.
It worked for his guts, not for his leg.
Not for his leg. I fucking took off a lot of his left calf.
Really?
Really fucked him up. Messed up his boxing career because he has limited movement now. And half of your punching power comes from your legs. And if you have nothing to push off of on your calf, it's not great. I mean, your hip is mainly it, but you still need some pop off your calf.
Tons of leverage comes from the tendons in there, and if those are fucked up, it's over.
And it's about quickness, too, moving from side to side and all that kind of thing. So he had to completely alter the way he fought. He had to become a different fighter. Completely. He had to figure it out.
Leg.
Yeah, he had a one-legged fighter at this point. Floyd Sr. said, at the time I was fighting, I still had to hustle to get my money because I had kids to feed. I wanted to make sure that little Floyd didn't have to do that when he was coming up. So Baboon ends up going to court here, and he's charged, I guess, with a shooting, for Christ's sake. It's assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah. March 4th, 1979, he's back on the slow road. There's a big article about him in the newspaper in Grand Rapids about how he's trying to recover here, and they say, quote, Joy Mayweather on slow road back. They're calling him Joy. And it says, quote, there is no joy now. It's like
There's the bummer having like your middle name be Joy.
Yeah, like a strapping rapist came over. That would be no joy. He is up against the ropes, unable to dance away. His head is in a fog like the 10th round against Sugar Ray Leonard. He's hanging on, but thinking and talking and feeling in slow motion. Yeah. Floyd said, quote, the doctor, he say I can't ever fight again. That's what he says here, because the lower half of his calf is pretty much blown off of his body.
Jesus.
So, yeah, he said, I don't know. He talks about it. He says, quote, he meant to kill me. He didn't because I was carrying the child in his arms, his nephew. He knocked me off my feet. Yeah. So he said he laid there in a pool of blood until the cops found him inside the front door.
Holy.
The doctors operated to try to reconstruct the lower leg. And he's basically like, fingers crossed. Hopefully it works.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's it. He's got a fiance at the time named Christina Givens. It's got to be Robin's mom. It's got to be.
I hope so.
It's got to be.
I hope so.
That would make the most sense in the world if that was Robin's mom. That's all I could think. And she said, quote, it's in God's hands now. his hands. That's what she says. So there you go. So he was supposed to fight Tommy Hearns on February 8th, which would have been a good money fight. Yeah.
Is that right?
That would have been on all Detroit matchup, too.
Yeah.
So that's a big one, man.
Hagler's biggest fucking enemy.
I guess they said Hearns backed out of that fight a while back, and his last fight was against Sugar Ray Leonard. Mayweather said, the dancing is part of my gimmick, but I want my man close when I do it. So he said now he can't really dance anymore. So it's kind of hard for him. So January 9th, 1980, he's coming back. It's his comeback fight against Calvin Strawder. And this guy's 1-6 coming into this fight. They just wanted an easy guy. He'll stand still and let me punch him, right? Okay, good. 1-15 in his whole career. That's his entire career. His only win is against a guy named Chico the Bee Rodriguez, which is Pablo's little brother. That's what that is. That guy was 0-6 coming into that fight and 4-35 in his career. So this guy sucks, Calvin Strawder. This is a TKO in the third round. This takes place in Holland, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is pretty cool. January 11th, 1980. It's all in the paper about he's back after the gunshot wound, and it's a very fluff piece of this is great. They don't ever mention that the beef was over like the drug trade, and they don't ever mention that. It's a family beef. They just said it was basically
family beef, and a man named Baboon shot him in the fucking leg.
Shot him in the leg. At least he didn't shoot his baby and then him. That would have been worse. Yeah. March 22nd, 1980, Sam Lantiani fights. 4-6 coming into this. 6-25 for his career.
Yeah.
Think about that. This guy.
No. That's awful.
Just lost at least 19 straight fights. Or 2-19 for the rest of his career. That's terrible.
Wow.
So this is in Grand Rapids. It's a knockout in the fourth round for Floyd Sr., 17-2. April 19th, 1980, Lynn Lustig, 1-3 coming into this, 1-6 in his career. It's a knockout in the second round for Floyd Sr. May 22nd, 1980, Bobby Crawford, 5-32 coming into the fight.
Good Christ.
5-34 for his career. So not good. Knockout in the third round. He's trying to build up his, his stamina and his fucking confidence, I think. Next up, March 9th, 1981, he fights Marlon Starling, the Magic Man. Marlon Starling was a good fighter, actually. 14-0 coming into this fight.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
45-6-1 for his career.
It's a great fighter.
Marlon, he was a nasty guy. This is at the Civic Center Assembly Hall in Hartford, and this fight goes all 10. And it's a unanimous decision loss for Floyd Sr.
Yeah.
So 19-3. But he's a really good fighter he fought. So we see what his ceiling is.
Sure, yeah.
He's a good fighter, above average. He's not beating Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's
not
very
beating,
good fighter.
Yeah, he's not beating the elite, but he's right below that tier. Very good fighter.
He doesn't beat household names, but he'll beat everybody you've never heard of.
Exactly. He's not an elite fighter, but he's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
Next up, this guy, the people he fights, though, a lot of times, July 2nd, 1981, Tony Taylor, also known as Akbar Muhammad. He just changed it. He found, Muhammad Ali, same thing.
Yeah, but today, that word is a scary word.
Well, but there's a lot of athletes. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He just didn't say Akbar Muhammad. That sounds tougher. Akbar,
that's a scary word.
Yeah.
I know what it means, but it sounds scary.
Akbar Muhammad sounds like something somebody says before they detonate a bomb. So that's why you're thinking that. That's what the West thinks, and Americans will think of that. But it's
just words that they throw out there and it's used to stir up anger and fear.
At the same time, it could have been just, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf from the fucking Nuggets. You know what I mean? It's just a guy changing his name. It doesn't matter.
And I think that just means great anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah. I would pick a tough name, though, because you could pick your name. I would pick someone gives you a name. I'd be like, give me a tough fucking name.
Yeah.
If I'm going to
make it frightening.
Yeah, I'm a boxer. This can't be can't call me something that translates to, the water lily or some shit. Like, I need to be
Whispering Willow.
Yeah, I need to really be something that's going to cause some fear.
Pump this motherfucker up.
4-13 he is. 7-40 for his career.
Jesus.
Maybe he needs an even tougher name. I'm not sure.
No shit.
This is at Cobo Hall in Detroit, famous venue there. Lots of wrestling took place there too. This is a KO in the fifth round for Floyd Sr. 20-3. Next up, Larry McCall, 9-18, coming into the fight, 13-58 for his career. So, holy shit. That's so many times getting the shit beaten out of you without winning very much.
I mean,
wow.
I've been in fights that I've lost, and that feeling, and I've lost fights in like fucking 3 minutes.
I was going to say, it didn't take an hour and a half.
With a bunch of people watching.
With everybody watching and keeping notes and saying how it happened.
His head must have been on fire.
Just all the time, man.
Good Lord.
This is a unanimous decision. All 10 rounds it goes. So then in October, he fights Larry again.
Oh, my.
And this time it's not even a unanimous decision. He wins on points, but it's a split. So he's getting worse against this fucking guy. 22-3 for Floyd Sr.
Yeah.
Next up in March of 1982, he fights Agapito Ramirez, who is 11-16. And this is at
is Pito his nickname?
Agapito's his first name.
Oh, that's a real name.
It's his real name, yeah, Agapito. Wow. This is at the Silver Slipper in Vegas. Very classy.
Yeah, illustrious place.
The Silver Slipper. Knockout in the 6th round here for Floyd Sr., 23-3. Next up, Alan Braswell in July of 82. 9-2 coming into this fight. Felt Forum in New York. That's the 5,000-seater in MSG there off to the side. This is a draw, 8-round draw. Yep, so 23-3-1 for Floyd Sr. Next up, he fights Gary Jones, who, if anyone could use a nickname, it's Gary fucking Jones, and it has no nickname. You could be anything. Open palette, right?
Yeah.
With Gary Jones.
There's so many Joneses, too. You could hit so much.
It's so much, man. So he's 2-4 for his career, or coming into this fight. He'll end up 3-29-2. You don't get a nickname when you're 3-29-2, unless it's like Loser, Gary the Loser Jones.
Or Jim.
Jim, yeah. My friends call me Jim. This is at the UAW Hall 659 in Flint, the United Auto Workers Hall. This is literally at a union hall.
It is.
Number 659.
They got a theater viewing arena there?
I don't think so. I think this is just, like I said, just like in the Wire. Lot? Picture that, yeah. Just inside. They just moved all the chairs out of the way where you wait for the work to come in.
Where they vote on union rules and
shit?
They
just move all the chairs out. Put a ring in there.
Vote on whether somebody's breaking down conditions.
Gary Jones, in fairness, Gary Jones might be an auto worker. He's 29-2. He's probably an auto worker. Just have it here, Gare. Come on.
He bolts wiring harnesses into Ford Escorts.
That's what he does. That's his one job on the assembly line. He's been doing it for 15 years. Does this on the weekends.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
So this fight goes all 10 rounds with Gary Jones, who sucks.
Jesus.
Wins on points, though, Floyd. 24-3-1. He's not doing clearly losing that part of his leg is not helping his game here at all. No. So he's training his son through this time. He taught him to punch when he was a toddler, and he continued to teach him all through, as we talked about in the Floyd Mayweather Jr. episode here. And, he said that Floyd Mayweather Sr., he said that he taught the boxers to use a defensive technique, the shoulder roll, which a lot of fighters, he uses his front shoulder to deflect blows and limit his impact. Rather than trying to get out of the way, you roll your shoulder up and take a lot of that.
You take it and glance it off.
It glances off the top of your head. It's an easier way to do it. So you see Floyd ducking down a lot. That's what he does. He likes to duck under things.
He uses his shoulders constantly.
Yeah, that's how he does it. So that's why that was his thing. He also trained women. He trained Layla Ali later on. He'll train anybody. Yeah, he's a decent trainer.
A great fighter too.
Better trainer than fighter, as a lot of guys are.
No shit.
February 1983, Greg Netter, who's 12-12 coming in, and he'll never win another fight. So Floyd Sr. wins this one. Yeah. Third round knockout there. 25-3-1. Next up, he fights Greg Harper. Just guys named Greg who need nicknames. That's all he's going to fight now.
Ron's dad.
Yeah, so stupid. What was the other? What was Jones? Gary and Greg. Yeah. I'll fight anybody named Gary or Greg that you got there. 2-7 for Gary or Greg Harper, and this is at the Catholic Central High School in Muskegon.
Really?
Yeah, where dreams are made.
Where girls show up in plaid skirts Monday through Friday.
There's certain venues in the world that have cachet. There's like the MGM Grand, Madison Square Garden, you know what I mean? The
Certainly
LA Forum back in the day.
Pinnacle. Yeah.
There's also the Catholic Central High School in Muskegon, Michigan. There's also that. It's a fourth round TKO for Floyd over Greg Harper.
Yeah.
June 10th, 1983, Jose the Threat Barrett.
Nice.
The Threat Barrett.
I like that.
16-1 coming in. This is at the Felt Forum again in New York City. This is a TKO win for Floyd Sr. and the 8th round there. So he's 27-3. He didn't much of a threat in his career. He's 17-4, so he only wins one more fight.
Yeah.
So not much of a threat. Next up, October 26, 1983, Calvin Pop Porter. Is he old or just hits hard? Which one?
Yeah.
So he's 12-1 coming in, and he'll be 12-3 for his career. So we know he didn't win this fight. Floyd Sr. did. This took place at the Sands Casino in Atlantic City, the AC Sands. This was in the 8th round TKO. Next up, we have April 12th, 1984, Calvin Hires. His nickname is Hombre de Guerra.
Hombre of War?
It's Hombre de Guerra. He's 9-4 coming in. This is at the Meadows Racetrack in Portland. Okay. Floyd's going to bet on a couple dogs when he's done here.
Going all the way to Portland for this?
Yeah, I don't know why. At the no racetracks on the East Coast. What are you doing? In fucking Michigan? Yeah, so Clayton Hires here. This is a 10th round, goes all the way to a decision. It's a unanimous decision that Floyd loses. So he is 28. Yep, 28.
Bad hombre, James.
It's a bad hombre. 14-11-2 is the hombre's career record, by the way.
Really?
Done. So not a real great fighter.
No.
Floyd Sr. loses to him. Next up, he fights Marlon Starling again for some reason in 1985. Starling's 32-3 now. Very good fighter. And this fight's at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. I know why Floyd Sr. took it because he got paid for it, but I don't know why they wanted him to be on the card. It makes no sense here. This is for the IBF USBA welterweight title, too. Okay. So this is a title fight, and goes all 12 rounds. He goes the distance, but loses a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, still goes the distance. 28-5. Next up, he fights Roger the Stingray Turner.
How many fights do you think, if you never win a belt, how many times do you get a chance at that?
Well, it's not like a tournament system. So it's just a matter of, it could be a lot of times.
It's just, yeah.
It could be a lot of times. It's just whenever you get booked, are you an entertaining fighter?
Yeah.
Are you, does the promoter control you too so they can make it an easier fight? There's a lot of different ways.
It's just interesting that you can fight for a championship, for the belt. I don't know. It's not championship. What is it? What do they call it? The title.
It's a championship, a title.
Championship title.
All of it.
But how many times do you get a chance? Because if you fight the champ and you lose, and then you hang around until that guy loses, I guess, and then try to fight whoever beats him?
And it also depends on if you're an entertaining fighter. Because they if the crowd likes you and you go the distance and lose, that's fine. They like that. That's, you're entertaining, you're colorful. They like that sort of thing. So
that's a great point, because the champ sometimes fights somebody 3-4 times in their career and just fights the same and beats them all the time, every time.
Especially if it goes the distance.
Yeah.
People go, well, I mean, it went the distance. Maybe they fight again. Maybe it won't turn out like that this time.
That's a question I think the boxing people got to figure out, because if you're fighting the champ consistently and just losing, that is damaging your head so much.
Oh, yeah, but that's the game, though. That's
Jesus Christ.
You're definitely getting fucking brain damage here and there. So all the way through, he fights, by the way, the Marlon Starling fight is in 1985.
Okay.
He's going to take 5 years off of boxing. And then come back.
That's a bad idea.
That seems like a terrible
point in your
idea.
life?
Yeah, that's not good. So, I mean, he's 38 right now.
Yeah.
Which, it's the end. It's the end.
It should be.
It should be. 33 should have probably been the end when he's not when he's not like at the peak of his game anyway.
Right. And then 43 is going to come back when he wasn't great in the first place?
With 38 in 1990. That's when he comes back.
Yeah, but he's taking a 5 year. Oh, he takes back.
Yeah, he took a break from 33 to 38 here. So he fights Roger Stingray Turner here, who's 17-0 coming into this fight too.
Oh, boy.
This fight goes all 10. They both have points deducted. Mayweather has 2 points deducted for holding, and Turner has 1 point deducted for rabbit punching, which you can't do. Hold somebody and then hit him in the back of the head.
Oh, okay.
Little punches in the back of the head there. So you can't do that. This is at the Grand Center Walsh Auditorium in Grand Rapids. This fight, like I said, all 10 rounds, unanimous decision, loss for Floyd Sr.
Yeah, you're not going to beat that guy.
No, and that is it for Floyd Sr. He decides, okay, maybe that comeback wasn't such a great idea. 28-6-1 for his career.
It's
respectable.
It sounds respectful as fuck.
It's respectable. Yeah, that's better than, probably 80% of boxers do.
Yeah.
Right there.
Probably better than 90% of the people he fought.
Probably 90% of boxers. You're in the top 10% of boxing in that, doing that. He fought for a major world title.
Yeah.
He fought Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
Nothing to sneeze at. Pretty good.
It's very impressive.
April 1st, 1993, 3 years later, because once he's out of boxing, and this is Floyd Jr. is only 13, so he's not making the money yet.
Right. And all he knows is drugs.
All he knows is drugs. So guess what? He gets indicted on drug charges that day.
Of course.
Because now it's his day job. Now it's not.
Yeah.
He used to just run around at night, and now he's got to do that all the time.
Now it's not a hustle. Now it's you've got cards and shit.
That is bad. And in the paper it says here, Floyd Mayweather, once a leading welterweight contender, has been indicted in an alleged Chicago to Grand Rapids cocaine conspiracy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he was the leading one when he fought for the fucking championship, guys.
Yeah, he was. He was a leading contender. So they said he is accused of supplying street-level dealers with cocaine smuggled in boxes of laundry detergent.
Oh, so he's like a capo. He's like he's better than
He's selling weight.
Yeah.
He's selling weight to the guy. I mean, he's not selling 10 keys, but he's probably selling half keys to people or ounces to the street dealers.
He's a distribution center for sure. Yeah.
They break it down from there. So he's a middle-sized drug dealer at this point. And in laundry detergent, you better clean those fucking things out good.
No shit.
You don't want to sniff a little fucking all temperature in there when you're trying to get high.
Yeah, I don't want to put a little fucking sun in my pipe.
Yeah, the little bit of Tide in there makes the rock crystallize so much better when you cook it. It's just better.
I think that's downy. Tastes nice.
It's pretty good. Not bad. You smell that?
breeze?
It's like laundry line fresh. You know what I mean? It's weird. You have the best tasting crack in the entire city. I got to tell you. So good. So good. So that's what he's doing because it would still smell like laundry detergent. That's
for sure. Yeah.
I hope there's plastic lining or something in there. I'm worried about people if they're snorting that shit. So they talk about him being retired, and he was a federal fugitive, or he is now. He reneged on a promise to turn himself in to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. So the DEA wanted him to turn himself in, and he said he was good, and then he didn't. So he was among a dozen men from Chicago and Grand Rapids indicted in this conspiracy. They say that he distributed multiple kilogram quantities of cocaine in Michigan between 87 and 92. And they said that they've arrested 7 suspects, but they're trying to find Mayweather. Can't find his ass. So that's funny. So April 3rd, 1993, he's finally in and he pleads innocent. He's going to plead innocent. He's like, what do you mean? I'm an innocent man.
Right.
Yeah,
I was going to turn myself in, but then I realized I didn't do anything.
I did nothing. I was like, this is ridiculous. Drugs? Me? Never.
Why would that doesn't sound like me.
And they said, well, outside somebody from the press said, well, why couldn't they find you? And he just said, quote, I don't run from my problems. I hold my baby in front of them.
Yeah. I didn't have a child to shield myself from this.
That's how I handle my problems. December 15th, 1993, they're talking about that he faces 10 years to life in prison for this.
Holy.
He is convicted of federal drug trafficking charges. In the early 90s. Not good.
Not good.
Not good at all here. It's a lot. So each of the 5 convicted also face up to $4 million in fines, which he certainly hasn't never made in his entire life.
Never.
I mean, maybe off drugs. I'm not sure here. So April 16th, 1994 is sentencing day for him on this.
Oh, my.
And this is for the conspiracy charges and everything else. 4 other men were also convicted of conspiracy to possess with intent to deliver and distribute cocaine. He is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off 5.5 years in prison for that.
Wow.
Which is that's a heavy sentence. It's low, but it's also his first major thing. So it's like good. It was a big network is why it wasn't just one guy doing this. He had they busted the whole ring basically.
It's a conspiracy.
All the guys in there. Yeah. So he's fucked. Now he's got to sit in prison for a while, and he's going to do a lot of this time too, because that's 94, and he's not going to get out until late 97. So
Jesus,
he went in late 93, so he's going to do 4 years of that.
Floyd's a 25-year-old man at that point?
I think so. No, he'd be 17 in 94.
Oh, he was born in 77.
Yeah, in 98 he'd be 21. That's when he was he was a huge fucking star by then. By 98,
I thought it was 72 he was born.
No, 76 for him. So he's sitting in jail and just obviously
really beside himself.
Life isn't going well for
Can't
Floyd
believe it. Yeah.
Your boxing career's over. You never made it to the status you want to make it. Now you're in jail too. You can't even train your son, who is your future meal ticket.
It's your meal ticket, yeah.
You're pretty fucked. You don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and maybe there's help there. Maybe there's help there, but it's not. It's the Mexican pimp. Guns blazing, tequila in hand. And he says, how is it you've come to arrive here? Why are you here? How could you be here? First of all, you've done it all wrong. You've done it all wrong. See, the cocaine... Yes, the cocaine is very easy to catch you doing that. You should be selling women like me. That's what I do. You need to sell it. You could sell your baby even. I could teach you. You could do anything. This is what you do. I don't know why you're here is the problem. You're in prison. You did not need to be here. You should have been better. You should have come to me for the cocaine.
Yeah.
I have lots. I have women. I have the cocaine.
I have a girl named Cocaine.
I have a girl. She is named Cocaine. She, I believe, is made of cocaine. When you lick her, it make you very hyper. Very good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say to you. Better luck in the future. And poof, in a cloud of tequila and gunshots, he's gone. Floyd was taking swings at him. He didn't know what was going on.
And notes.
Yeah, he tried to hold his kid up. He wasn't there. He's like, oh, no, there's guns blazing. What do I do? So there's that. Now, February 27th, 1998, he has been released recently, and he gets a big family reunion here where he will be in Floyd Jr.'s corner for the first time in his professional career. Because Floyd has become a pro since he's been in prison.
And he's got his dad there in his corner.
He's got his dad there in his corner. Yeah, he's one of his trainers. Floyd Jr. said it feels really good to have his father back in his corner. Can't wait. This is great. He said, my dad was my first trainer. He taught me everything, and having him back has given me a lot more confidence. I'm doing a lot of things I used to do with my dad when I was younger. I've got a lot more defense, and I'm going to use my jab a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, the defense is, that's, I think, a lot of Floyd Sr. is the way he defends himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's going to do it, and there's a lot of articles about that. And Floyd Sr.'s like, listen, yeah, I was in jail for dealing drugs, but now it's different.
Oh.
Now I'm all about my son. And he said, quote, we're only human. We have differences. So that's it. He said, but we love each other. And if he doesn't understand where I'm coming from sometimes, I sit him down and tell him what I think he needs to do. He's a young man now, and I have to respect that. But I don't care if he gets to be 100 years old and I'm 124. I'll crawl up to him with a cane and set him straight. You just got out of jail for drug trafficking where you weren't here. Dad, shut the fuck up, okay?
You can't tell me nothing.
Teach me some shoulder rolling, and outside of that, I really don't want to hear your bullshit because I'm not in prison, and you are. Wait a while, and then I'll be arrested a bunch of times, but not yet.
Give me some time.
Give me some time, and then we'll both have Crime and Sports episodes together. This is a very nice family reunion we're having here on Crime and Sports. It's very, very good. So they said that this was such a special occasion for me, Floyd Sr. says, being there to watch his son. He said, it was very hard for me to not be there for him when I was locked up in prison. To see my son on TV in the Olympics and not be a part of it, man, that was devastating. I bet it was. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's hard for me to not be there.
Bob Arum said, the scumbag, silver-haired, middle-aged promoter here, he said, so far the father has been a tremendous plus because he's brought discipline to the mix. The kid has been known to showboat. You didn't see him do that this time. Floyd's a good kid, but he was living by himself in Las Vegas, and he'd stay out late sometimes, eat the wrong things sometimes. He knows he can't do that with his father right there in the house.
Yeah, he just stands there spinning an extension cord, and Floyd gets it.
Do this line of cocaine. Now get out. All right. There. He said, I feel more comfortable with my dad being there, Floyd said. He only wants what's right for me. Now things are back to where they were. I'm going to bed early, sleeping right. I'm doing all the proper things I need to do to become a world champion. I think he's terrified of his father.
I think so, too.
Even a grown man and an Olympic champion, all this shit, I think he's like, my father's scary, and he used to beat my ass with an extension cord. I don't like it.
A 40-year-old man with one calf is certainly just. And you look at that calf and you remember, I could have been me.
Yeah.
That's a bad man.
I could have been dead.
Yeah.
He said he dangled him by his feet in front of him, too. Like,
oh, my.
You're going to shoot him in the face? You're going to shoot my baby in the face? Really?
I'm trying to climb up here.
Man. So now they're having a beef. By 2000, they're at odds with each other.
Okay.
Junior and senior here. Floyd Mayweather Sr. said he feels betrayed.
Really?
He said he'll still be in his corner tonight to watch his son fight, but he said he feels betrayed, and he said the relationship now stops the moment Floyd walks out of the ring. He said the relationship they have is no longer father and son; it's just between the ropes. That's what they have.
Trainer and boxer. That's it.
Yep. He said he uses me as a trainer, and I use him as a fighter. We had one of the best father-son relationships anyone can have, and he ended it. So Floyd Sr. is bitter. Yeah, they said it was once, this is a great fucking line, what was once a touching story of a father who came out of prison to mold his son into one of the best fighters in the world has become a tale of money, influence, and a fractured family. Yeah. Holy shit, man.
Crazy.
Floyd Jr. declined to comment, and but Floyd Sr. said, quote, I'm not forcing him to stay. If he doesn't like my new team, a team I built and which I included him on, then he doesn't have to stay. Okay? So the big deal about this is that apparently Mayweather's new manager is a guy named James Prince, who's a music producer, does hip-hop productions back then. And they said that Floyd Jr.'s getting this big entourage, and Sr. didn't like that and told him, you don't need these fucking people around you. You need to concentrate. He wants him to come home, eat the right dinner, wake up, go to bed early, wake up, do road work, do all that shit. And he's like, I'm hanging out with fucking,
champagne bottles.
Broads. Yeah, I'm going to the clubs. I'm betting all this money. He's living the lifestyle of a guy who's got shitloads of money. He's a world famous guy.
I'm spraying Moet on titties, Dad. I don't want to jog.
Moet Cristal. Fuck Moet. That's for bad titties. I'm past that shit. The titties I see are Cristal titties.
You know what kind of titties you'll have based on the champagne I spray on them.
That's right. Cristal titties is. I don't go lower than that. Is what Floyd Jr.
Get your titties out of here.
Get your brute titties out of here. Get your mum's sacks out of my face. Not interested. Not interested. I mean, them Cristal titties. So Floyd Sr. said to the reporter, you know as much about it as I do. It's not even like he's my son anymore. Like he just disappears. He said that, quote, I love him. He's strong. He's going to make mistakes. He has completely flip-flopped. It's night and day, the way he has changed, and it's all because of these damn rappers.
Oh, okay.
He went hardcore old man. These damn rappers all around him. Rapping all the time and just rappity, rap. You know how they are. I don't even know what they're saying.
Sagging pants and shit.
They got low-ass pants just a rapping away.
It's all the
because of these damn rappers. He said, I can't say I feel good about it, but it's something I've learned to deal with. We treat it like a business now. It's no longer a father-son relationship. That's the way he wants it. He said, I don't want your ideas anymore, basically. Yeah. So they said that Bob Arum said that this Prince guy, the new manager, has a cult-like hold over Mayweather.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And Floyd Sr. said about this Prince guy, quote, he's a miser, a bum, a crook, and a thief. And those are the good things.
Oh. And
Don't let me start talking bad. Yeah. Wait till you hear me talk shit about my man.
Don't get me swearing on this man's name.
No shit. Wow. That is fucking amazing. But the Prince guy says it's a control issue. That's what he says. He said the promoters want all the control. They've got all the fighters in the dark. Anyone who they feel is going to bring light to the situation, they retreat.
Okay.
So he's saying, I'm protecting the fighter here. That's all that is. Floyd Mayweather Sr., though, says, quote, the problem is he has become too big too fast, meaning his son, Floyd Jr.
Right. Yeah, man, did he blow up.
He blew up so fast from the Olympics because he didn't have to start out fighting in union halls for his first 10 fights to build up his thing. From the minute he was like Sugar Ray Leonard. From the second he came on the scene, people wanted to see him. He's an Olympic guy. He said the problem is he's gotten too big too fast. He let the money go to his head. I don't wish bad on him, but he's going to have problems. He turned down a $12 million contract with HBO, and now he has nothing. He'll be okay. We know that for sure.
He pisses that much money.
Yeah, he bets that and throws it away in a night. So July 30th, 2000, Floyd Sr. gets a different gig here. He's going to train Eric Morales for a match for the WBF or WBC featherweight championship. So he got a fight with a 35-0 fighter, Eric Morales. So that's the guy he's training now. So they said, shit, I mean, he trained Floyd Jr. He looks pretty good. Why not? Which, I mean, I would think he's probably a good fucking trainer.
Right.
It seems like it. So he says he's going to help Morales train. He said Eric is one of the brilliant fighters here in the world today, especially in the smaller weight classes.
And the money has gotten so good at boxing here, he's probably about to make more money training this guy than he ever made throwing a punch.
Absolutely. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah, he didn't make shit back in the day unless he fought, Sugar Ray Leonard. And even then, that wasn't Sugar Ray's peak, so he wasn't making the big money, and that's pre-pay-per-view. That's when the real money came.
That's when money happened. Right.
Was the mid-'80s, 87-ish is when all that pay-per-view money started hitting. And then by the mid-'90s, that was where it was at. I mean, fucking pay-per-view is everything. Next up in 2000, October, Oscar De La Hoya chooses Mayweather Sr. as a trainer as well.
Really?
Yeah. So he is he dumps his team and he's picking up Mayweather. De La Hoya,
that guy may have made $600 million in boxing. He's got so much money.
He made so money, but it was so much money, but it was a little bit before.
Flash in the pan. Yeah, it was quick.
He made a lot of money because whenever he fought, it was on pay-per-view. And in Phoenix, if you know, it would be... If you lived in a neighborhood with Mexican families, you knew which ones they were because there was 60 of them in the backyard watching Oscar De La Hoya fighting. And I'm not saying that to be whatever. I'm saying that because I live next door to Mexican people. All 60 of their entire family be in the backyard watch. They would cook a goat that night. I'm not even shitting you.
And
that was a festive night.
Lined with F-150s.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Lined with F-150s and the smell of goat meat
of barbecue.
In the air. And you'd hear cheering when De La Hoya hit punches. And I worked downtown in Phoenix, and that night there would be, I'm talking groups of 30 guys dressed to the fucking nines.
They looked amazing.
With the pointy boots with like silver on them and frills on their shirt. And they'd be like, they just
gold
come.
Pinstripes in their shirts.
They'd come up in a group to the bar I worked at and go, De La Hoya? And you'd go, no, that's the De La Hoya fight's not on. And they'd move on to the next bar. They just went downtown looking for the fight. Yeah, that's it. So this guy said, though, extremely grateful to his other trainer, but he's gonna do this. He said he wishes my guy the best, the other guy, but he's going to do this. He's going to continue to train De La Hoya through 2006.
Wow.
Which is a lot here. He said he would train De La Hoya for his May 5th, 2007 fight against Floyd Jr.
Oh, shit.
But he said, if to do that, I want $2 million.
Okay. Oh, the trainer's going to get paid $2 million.
Well, who knows Floyd Jr. better than Floyd Sr.?
Great point.
If you want to know how to penetrate his defenses,
I want his
I taught him his defenses, so
I've beaten him for fucking 30 years.
Tell you what, here's my first advice: bring an extension cord. He hates that.
Got a belt.
He really, really hates the belt and the extension cord. I'd bring that. So just wear a belt to the ring and do that. Mayweather Sr. said, though, he didn't do that, and De La Hoya used Freddie Roach instead. Okay. So this briefly reunited Floyd Sr. and Floyd Jr. Yeah, which is fucking interesting. I guess Roger had been banned from being in the corner at boxing matches for 12 months because he started a riot during Floyd Jr.'s bout against Zab Judah, which we talked about on that episode. Check that out. And he served 6 months in jail for domestic assault as well.
Oh, my God.
He said, I'm not finished. Once that brawl was over, he went home and finished that shit. When Roger was released, it became a little awkward because he's got a rivalry with Floyd Sr., and now they're both going to be training. And so he, once Roger got out of prison, he re-signed as Floyd Jr.'s trainer, and Sr., they started fighting again. Him and his brother now are fighting. So the younger Floyd decided to work with Roger over his father.
Ouch.
So that's rough there. So Floyd Sr. left again, saying that the father-son relationship was back to square one because he chose my brother over me.
It's over again.
Yep. So Floyd Sr. agreed to once again train De La Hoya in anticipation for the Mayweather Jr. De La Hoya 2 fight.
No.
So November 15, 2006, he says that I'm not letting the family ties get in the way of what I do for a living, which is having this guy beat my son up. That's what I'd like to do here. So that's what he says. He said the fight's going to happen. It will be my brother and my son in the other corner.
Oh, my God.
That's some Civil War shit here. Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, Lil Floyd can't just run backward. He thinks he'll run, but he's got to throw, and Oscar will throw, and he'll do it with bad intentions. He said, Lil Floyd. Yeah, that's his rap name, too.
Yeah.
He said, there will be no mixed emotions. I'll be calm, cool, and collected. I've been in this world so long, I've seen it all. That's right. And Junior said, too, he's going to do that. He said, the last fight will be toe-to-toe. Oscar won't have to chase me. I'll be coming forward. So never mind what my fucking dad said. That's right. He said, this is my life. It's my world, my way of living. I don't let anybody take my living away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So Floyd Sr. said that if I do, he says that there's a conflict of interest. He said, not really. He said, then Floyd and Oscar, my brother, will get the proceeds if I do, and I'll lose. So he said, why would I excuse myself from this and not make the money? So that makes a lot of sense here. He's very mad at his brother, though.
Roger.
Yeah, he's really pissed off. His brother went back to prison for 6 months, by the way, for battery again.
Oh, my God.
So
women, Raj.
Stop hitting everybody. Jesus Christ. Roger was nicknamed the Black Mamba, by the way, before Kobe, as we talked about. Yeah. So Floyd Sr. here said that Oscar De La Hoya hired me and he wants to listen. I know what to do to get the job done. Floyd Jr. says, my father can say whatever he wants to say. He said he taught me everything I know, but not everything he knows. I'm glad he didn't, because then my record would be like his. So he talks shit about, he said he lost to one legend, Sugar Ray Leonard, but his other losses were to journeymen and cab drivers. Jesus, he's fucking scorched earth on his father. Holy shit.
Journeyman at the Union Hall.
At the Union Hall. Cab guys who made the cab. Fuck the drivers. Dudes who welded the cab together.
Wow.
Mayweather Jr. said he taught me everything he knows. He said, I'm sorry, that was the other one. He said, speed means nothing. There's something called timing. This is what Mayweather Sr. says. You can be 3 or 4 times faster, and it means nothing if you don't hit the target. You will see at 34, it's all about timing, is what he says about. So he says, De La Hoya will be ready to, he's got the timing. Don't worry about it. He says also, quote, I don't have to whip his ass and I'll still spank him. That night he will respect me. This is Senior talking about his son, like he's fighting.
And he's
him.
not even fighting.
That's the fight we should see. Floyd Sr. versus Floyd Jr. Let's see that fight. Gloves versus extension cords.
Yeah.
A cord and a belt versus 2 boxing gloves, and we see how it works. He said, even if we don't speak again, he will respect my skills. He'll know he shouldn't have been on the other side of the fence. My goodness. That is fucking some serious, man. Some serious shit. So Mayweather Jr. said, my father should win Trainer of the Year if Oscar beats me. I know when we win, Roger will get Trainer of the Year. He said, my dad is a grumpy old man. I respect him as a man and a trainer, but he wishes his career went like mine.
Oh, my God.
Senior said, I don't have to whip his ass, but I'll spank him. So this is like ridiculous. Yeah, the fight isn't even about Mayweather Jr. and De La Hoya talking shit about each other. It's a family affair, which from silly. De La Hoya is going to get all the extra money off of this great publicity. He doesn't have to do shit.
Dumb shit. Yeah, he just has to
shut the fuck up and train. He doesn't have to talk any shit. Just send his trainer out there. So September of 2008, Ricky Hatton announces that Mayweather Sr. will be training him.
Oh,
so yeah, he's doing it, man. He as a trainer, he seems to be a good trainer. Tons of big fighters hire him here. So Ricky Hatton ended up winning that, by the way. Yeah. So he said he plans to continue to train boxers for no longer than 2 years because he says he's got a disease called sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis?
I don't know what that is, but according to the Research Institute's website, it's a complex disease for which the cause and cure is unknown.
Oh, my God.
We don't know why you have it or how to fix it, but you're fucked.
There's a bunch of odoisises that are really awful.
It doesn't sound good.
No.
It involves inflammation that produces tiny lumps of cells in the body. The lumps are called granulomas, and because under the microscope they look like grains of sugar and sand.
And they deposit in the heart, right?
When these granulomas invade the body, they can cause permanent damage to the affected organ, whatever organ that is.
Yeah, wherever it's at. And I think does it solidify and harden? I think they harden. I'm not
sure.
I'm not a doctor. Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's bad shit. This dosis anything is really awful shit.
It's very bad shit. He said that it's his lungs that are affected.
Oh, my God.
And the physical exertion exacerbates the condition of training people because you got to get in there with the gloves and you're working out. You're bouncing too and all that. You can't just be standing there.
His lungs are hardening?
Yeah, there's sand in them, basically. So he said that he is going to see how it goes. And he says, but I know it's not going to be long. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be doing this for more than 2 years. This lung disease is what I have to worry about.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's wild. In 2009, what's his name? Theotha or Theartha? He dies.
Okay.
He dies, and Floyd Jr. pays for the funeral because he's got money here.
Money.
Yeah. So they said that they never really, Floyd Sr. said he never talked about boxing with his father at all.
Really?
Yeah. He said they left when he was 15. They saw each other 4 or 5 times in the last 41 years, he said. Barely saw him. He said, he never, just doesn't even have a lot of memories of him.
Well, they say when you raise a kid from 0 to 18, after that you only see them for 1 year for the rest of their lives anyway.
Yeah,
so
probably, but definitely not 3 or 4 times. He saw him for like an afternoon for the rest of his life. That's a different story than a year.
When they say a year over the rest of their life, they accumulate
in actual time.
Yeah,
in time. And this is like
he saw him for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he saw him for like a couple of lunch dates, basically. Man, Floyd Sr. said, my son didn't know his grandfather like that, but he still gave that money. He was getting his hands wrapped, and I went over to him and kissed him and hugged him and told him I appreciate what he did for my father. Yeah. He said that Floyd was in training, but he provided everything, all the money to pay for the funeral.
Yeah, Floyd said, what money? 10 grand?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Fucking give a fuck about that. Yeah, that's nothing. I would lose that on the way from the dressing room to the ring. I'll gamble that somehow from there to there.
I put a cat down for the same price. I don't give a shit.
That's fucking funny. So they said that he does stay in contact with his sister Anna, who's the second oldest. Yeah. Floyd Sr.'s the oldest, and then Anna's the second oldest. He said, she's the queen. She definitely took care of her daddy all the way. I can't say that I did that. I gave him money. She couldn't give him money, but she gave him much more than that. She took care of him. Yeah. He was 81, Grandpa Mayweather here, the Hartha. They said he got, about a decade ago, he got hit by a car when he was 71.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's not what killed him. He also had brain cancer and was just about deaf. So,
oh my God, the strongest man ever.
A tough run of it. Yeah, these are sturdy people, the Mayweathers.
No shit.
Floyd Sr. said he wasn't any different than any other father who wasn't there for his kids. But at the end of the day, he's still your father. You're either going to do the right thing or the wrong thing. My thing is to give him his just due and honor him. Honor thy father and thy mother, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So there you go. Then he said also, me and little Floyd were finally united again. He always calls him little Floyd.
We're back, yeah.
Not even Junior. He said, it's not a problem, man. Everything's going good. Okay. He said he doesn't like that his brother trains his son. He really hates his fucking brother.
He really does not like him.
And he says he disagrees with a lot of the preparation for the fight that he's doing. And he doesn't like that. He says, quote, I don't care who you are. You're going to lose something when you step away from that ring. Little Floyd's looking pretty good, but he doesn't have Marquez in front of him right now. The one he's going to fight Juan Manuel Marquez. He said, by the way, that is not the guy who did Hamilton. Different guy. No, different guy. He said the one great advantage he has is his speed, but he wasn't using that the other day. I'm trying to say the one thing and then another. The stuff Roger's doing, he's going to make the fight real hard for my son. You can't stand right in front of a guy in his corner, especially the Hispanic fighters. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Blow for blow. He said the thing is, you train the way you fight. That's my own problem with the whole situation. I'm not trying to have no more disturbance with my son, but I know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in boxing you would train that way and then just ramp it up, I guess, for your fight.
And to Senior's credit, we haven't heard word one of him punching women. You know what I mean?
No. He hasn't. He hasn't been.
Perhaps that's why Floyd bonds with Roger.
Yeah, I guess so. He's like, man, you want to whoop a woman's ass with me? Come on. I heard you beat your wife's ass. Yeah. I like clotheslining bitches. How about you? Well, I'm more of a closed fist puncher. I don't know.
That's fascinating that his uncle is the one that's beating up his spouse or his significant others, and that's what Floyd is Junior's known for doing. Yeah.
But apparently didn't see Senior doing that, but Senior beat him up.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
He said, quote, I'm more concerned with having the relationship with my son than telling my son what's going wrong. So he said, this is more or less not about the professional. This is more about the, that. He says it's pointless. And he said, either way, he paid to bury my father. And he said, that's wonderful. He said, the thing is, he was my daddy, man. That's the only thing I can say. He was my daddy.
Okay.
So there you go. It's weird when grown men say that, but I always find it very creepy when grown men say mommy or daddy. It's weird. Very creepy. Mommy too. That's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Unless you're a Hispanic guy and you're
saying it to her is one thing, but like saying it like that, I got to go to my mommy's. That's fucking weird too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And daddy, that's weird too.
You can't do that.
No, I know it's a Southern thing because he's from Mississippi, but still, it's fucking. I don't care where you're from. It's fucking weird.
I don't
fix
like
it.
That at
You
all.
can fix it. Stop calling your. Once you hit a certain age, everybody, wherever you are, stop calling your father daddy because it's fucking creepy.
Just delete the word from your language at all.
That's it.
Don't even
Done.
call your significant other that. Never say that.
No,
it's gross.
It's weird. It's creepy.
Stupid.
So, August of 2011, they're on the 24/7 show.
Yeah.
You know, that HBO 24/7 that they would do before the fights, where they'd have like
constantly watch them,
like a long documentary. They'd have like a series of documentary pieces before that, and I guess they were saying how a lot of the drama on it was fake.
Sure,
especially the thing with Floyd and his father, and they really tried to
play it up.
They said from previous 24/7 episodes, we see Floyd and his father, for the most part, patch things up. They're eating together at barbecues and dancing at charity events. But the first episode of this new one, at the end of the episode, Floyd and his father got into a heated argument.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They said that everybody was confused what to do around because all of his entourage was there and his bodyguards, and they didn't know, do you jump in between a father and a son as they're going back and forth at each other and all this shit. But they're saying this shit seems fake. Floyd is seen kicking his father out of the Mayweather gym, calling him an expletive slur against homosexuals, is the exact quote from this article.
Yeah. What's that
Holy
word?
shit. Yeah. I wonder what that is.
Which one did he choose?
Yeah. So apparently they think it was staged, but who knows, basically. But a lot of people are like, that was fucking staged. Come on.
Who would call their dad that?
Yeah, they're saying this. They had to have been. This had to be bullshit. I mean, obviously, it makes it like, more interesting because that's been the drama with Mayweather's been who's training him and is this dad going to fight his own brother and is he fighting with his dad? So Mayweather Sr. moves on in 2011 to training UFC fighters now.
What?
Yeah, he is. He decided he's going to do
strike?
that.
Yeah.
BJ Penn, he decides to.
Yikes.
To train here.
Not
yeah,
good.
you need to know how to strike. It helps a little bit.
An asshole.
We did an episode on him. We know all about his assholiness.
Super asshole.
Yep. So that's what he said. He said he's going to try to teach him some stuff. He said that he was only supposed to, this is Roger, he was only supposed to be down here a week, but he said he's learning so much that he's going to stay 2. If they really want him to win and win this thing and look good, I would like to have him for 3 or 4 weeks. But trust me, the stuff I'm showing him in these 2 weeks will work if he uses it. Trust me. BJ Penn is a cool dude, man. No, he's not.
He's not.
Nope.
Nope. Watch your mouth. That's one of the worst things you've ever said.
Not good. That's worse than holding your baby in front of a shotgun. He said, I'll be honest, at first it didn't seem like he could fight that good. No, they never do look like that. He said, I mean, I don't know about his ground game and all that stuff, but he's got some pop, and in just 3 days I've been working with him, and he's improved, man. Yeah, he goes, he couldn't punch. He punched like a fucking old lady, but I don't know about wrestling or nothing, but I'd have fucking knocked him out in 2 seconds, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. He said, in his words, man, he told me, I ain't never seen some of the stuff you're showing me, man, and that's only after 3 days. BJ is learning fast, man. He's a good guy.
The guy's been fighting for, at this point, at least 8 years, and he's never seen how to throw a punch. That's disappointing.
They're worried about grappling a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, and
that's what he does. He's a guy that taps people out. Yeah,
I mean that's fine, but it's hard to do that when you're unconscious. Is the difference?
He's not a striker. Yeah,
when you've had your fucking brain rocked against your skull, you can't really grab somebody. It's difficult,
and it's hard to tap out.
They help. Yeah. He said, I heard Fitch is about 6 feet tall and cuts a good bit of weight to make 170, but guess what? If BJ throws his shots the way I got him throwing his shots, he will win. He said, see those guys throwing shots different than the way we do it, so I'm teaching BJ how to keep it standing and how to be effective. Let me tell you something, man. If he uses it, it'll work. I got BJ working on something for a taller opponent. I don't know what BJ's ground game is like at all, but if he uses what I'm showing him, he won't need it. Trust me when I tell you now.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Confidence.
So, September of 2012, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao settle a federal defamation case in Las Vegas.
What was said?
They were, I guess there was Part of it was Floyd Sr., something he said, but it all got resolved in some statement. So in some, he said that Manny Pacquiao used steroids. That's what it was.
Oh, you can't say that shit.
No, I forgot. I just remembered that. Yeah, it was that kind of thing. So we did that in the other episode. That's why I'm not going over that too much. May of 2013, he's back as Floyd Jr.'s trainer.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ, this is so funny. He just keeps coming back. And Floyd Jr. said, me and my trainer, my dad, back working together, getting ready for May 4th. He tweeted that then. So obviously they've had a rocky relationship, but they're all back for it now. They're reunited here, and there's all these fluff pieces on how every time they reunite, they act like, oh my God, this is great. Like they're not going to be fighting again in 6 months.
It's all finished. They buried the hatchet. Everything's back to normal.
Yep. And the reason he took him back is because Roger has diabetes and it's taking his toll and he can't do it anymore.
Oh.
Floyd Jr. said, Roger's vision is getting bad and I can't afford anyone's bad vision in a big fight like this.
He's losing eyesight.
Yeah. And he said, I can't afford that.
How about that?
He said that Floyd Sr.'s got the lung disease, but he's in better shape than Roger.
At least he can see shit.
Yeah, he can see what the fuck. You just sit over there and just tell me. He said, well, my dad, of course, he's a boxing wizard, and Roger's a boxing wizard, so you can't go wrong with either guy. My dad is the main trainer, and of course, it's not like I fired anyone. It's just that my dad's a little sick, but he's a lot healthier than Roger is. Roger's health is not at its best right now. My main focus is I want a guy that's in my corner that's sharp and healthy. But he still works day in and day out with me every day as far as keeping me sharp. But my dad's the main trainer. So there you go. He said, I want to grow closer with my family and do things a lot different now, Floyd Jr. said.
Yeah.
Said, my dad is sick. If I never made a bond with my father and he's sick and something harsh happened, because anything can happen, he's older. He's lost a lot of weight from being sick. It would hurt me not speaking to him. It would hurt me very bad to not have for him to not have a relationship with his grandchildren. That's very, very important to me.
Sure.
Yeah, you get a little older and you're like, all right, I don't care about this shit anymore.
Who gives a shit? Yeah.
He said, I had to be the bigger person and say to him, you need to have a great relationship with your grandchildren, and what do me and you have to argue about? We're both in the sport to be the best, so if you're trying to be the best and I'm trying to be the best, why not work together?
Right.
That's it. And Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, quote, the Lord above is looking down on all of us, and he knew. He touched him and let him know, you need your daddy. Oh, that's fucking funny. You need your daddy.
Yeah.
That is fucking funny. November 13th, 2014, he is arrested here this is in Vegas for Clark County, for illegal parking and not having a child restraint.
Arrested?
I don't know if it's arrested for the restraint thing or if it's just a ticket that
just goes got a baby
court,
crawling around the back seat or some shit?
Or what, not properly restrained. Yeah. I don't know the exact details of the whole thing, but he's definitely got some charges here.
Yeah.
Which I hope, are those his grandkids?
What child? Yeah.
Here you go.
That's not a great relationship.
Just toss them in the back of the SUV. Let them crawl around. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Climb in, fuckers.
Climb in. Let's go. So this is fucking hilarious, by the way. Mayweather in 2015, Jr. says he's thankful for his relationship with his father being repaired. By the way, the last time when they were arguing, one of the lines that Mayweather Jr. said to his father on 24/7 was, quote, I'm not no junior.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are. Yeah, and we proved it with your whole episode about you.
Yeah. That's him screaming what we've been saying for 8 years.
No shit, man. So the next fight coming up, Floyd Sr. says, I never expected nothing this big. This is bigger than coming on this planet. Yikes. You'd have to be pretty big to come on the whole planet. This is the biggest fight ever.
Okay.
Ever. Some more Pacquiao shit here they're talking about. So Roger is overseeing stuff still. Yeah. And Mayweather Jr. said, the world can say anything as long as he knows that I love him. And I went out there, and when I fought, I didn't do it just for myself. I did it for both of us. Yeah, okay. Meaning his father. Even when they weren't together, he was doing it for both of us.
I was doing it for you, bud.
Yep, he said that's it. May of 2015, Floyd Mayweather Sr. is upset, and he says that he plans to do some soul searching after the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, the Pacquiao fight's over. And he said, quote, "I will tell you like this. Most of the time, Floyd will do like I tell him to do. I've got some soul searching to do right now with this whole thing. There's some soul searching I got to do." He said, it's nothing big like that. It's just something I got to do that I need to do that I think should be done that will make things even better. Okay. They said, "What does that mean?" He goes, "I'm not going to say anything. So I'm going to do some things I'd like to do that I want to do that need to be done to make things better, to do better, to make things good."
I'm going to turn it around, right this ship. But all these things.
Wow. He said he owes his dad a lot for this fight and everything. Yeah. He said the corner microphones picked up Floyd Mayweather Sr. regularly yelling at his son, saying, quote, yeah, one time he said, "I've got a few things I've got to do, man. I've got to straighten out. I've got to change a few things." That's what he said about I got to take off. But during the fight, he said, "My dad was on my ass. He was like, listen, your ass has to pick it up. I'm not liking how you're performing. You're doing enough, but you're not doing what I want you to do. Pick it up." So his and his dad said even when he knows he's winning, he's still telling him he's not winning because he wants to.
He's losing. Yeah.
Pick it up. You're fucking up, man. You better get out there and that'll, make him. You're doing great is bad because then he's all right, all casual. He said, "So mentally, my dad was thinking the fight was close. My dad was saying, pick up the pace. I thought I was beating him easy. Me having experience at this level, the judges aren't going by the crowd screaming. The judges are going by shots landed." Mm-hmm. So he said, Mayweather Sr. said, "I was trying to get him to throw more punches. I was trying to get him to come forward more because I know these judges ain't nothing but a bunch of damn crooks."
And that's what I like about him.
I like that about him. By the way, I got to get this guy some Coke quick. Hold on. He said, "Floyd fought well enough to beat the guy. He could have fought better. That's why I was telling him things to encourage him, to make him move. When it gets to that point where you've got to start using things to tell people, I think that's when it's time to start closing down." What the fuck are you talking about? He said he meant retire. Uh-huh. He said that the next fight for him, the last fight for Roger, might be the last fight. And so it's the end of their fight deal that they have signed, and it might be everything. Senior said when he fights his next fight, it's on him what he wants to do. But after he fights the next fight, I want him to retire.
Oh.
We know that didn't happen.
Nope.
He said, "There ain't nothing else to prove, man. What are you still doing this for?"
Money, dummy.
Because Floyd goes through money like crazy. We know what he spends like, and it's fucking wild. So if he wants to continue doing that, he's going to have to fucking definitely do something. He says, Mayweather says, "A lot of people are talking about Amir Khan. Amir Khan might be a good one, but I tell you the honest truth, if it was me, my last fight, I would fight somebody I could sure enough beat up real bad. Someone who wouldn't cause me any hassle whatsoever."
Somebody like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, just some guy who doesn't know how to fucking throw a punch. How about that? So January 26, 2018, Mayweather Sr. is arrested again here.
Uh-oh.
This is in Las Vegas. You're going to hate this. Misdemeanor battery charge, alleging that he pulled a woman out of his vehicle, punched her in the leg, and left her on the sidewalk after a boxing event.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that.
Trying to get the forever contract with Floyd.
Wow. See,
Look,
Floyd, I got your back. I hit her. This is crazy. He's 65 years old.
Yeah, dragging women by their hair and punching them in the leg.
She was 59.
Oh.
He ripped a 60-year-old woman out of the car and punched her. That's pretty fucking wild.
Grandma. What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
She was treated for bruises. She told police she argued with Mayweather Sr. in the vehicle, and he pulled me out of the car, dragged me out, and punched me and left me there. So June 26, 2018, he's acquitted of misdemeanor battery after a trial before the judge.
Really?
Yes.
The judge didn't believe it.
I guess not. Or they said that that they were calling it an attempt to get money. Oh. And that's how I guess it worked in court. So there you go. It was his word against hers. June 30th, 2018, Floyd Mayweather Sr. This is fucking amazing. Has a baby.
Stop it.
Yes, he has a fucking baby. Paternity test show he's the father of a 1-year-old girl. Yes.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has a 1-year-old sister in 2018?
Yes, a 1-year-old sister.
The man's 40.
A sister younger than his kids is what he's got. That is fucking funny.
Oh,
He
boy.
took a DNA test, 99.99% sure.
It's his kid.
He will join at this point, 5 other children, including Floyd Jr. So
Yeah, right.
there you go.
Wow.
Roger ends up dying.
Uh-huh.
And Floyd Sr. says, "We are saddened with the recent news of Roger's passing. Our hearts go out to the Mayweather family." You are the Mayweather family. That's Floyd Mayweather's Instagram page, Sr. Our hearts go out to the Mayweather family, and we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. You keep yourself in your thoughts and prayers? That's good.
Yeah.
We thank you all for the outpouring of love and support during this time. Roger's spirit lives on with us forever. Wow. That is fucking...
That's a very interesting choice of words.
Yeah. Ricky Hatton at this point in 2023 talks about Floyd Mayweather. Basically, he said he trained me into the ground and he lost to Manny Pacquiao because of it. Yeah, Senior. Yeah. He said Hatton revealed the fight was already lost in the gym and in his mind. He said, quote, "I think Floyd Mayweather Sr. trained me into the ground. When I was like 8 weeks out from the fight, I felt fantastic, but he drilled me round after round. 2 or 3 weeks before the fight, my sparring partner, one of them knocked me on my arse. I thought, this isn't right."
Yeah.
And he said that alarm bells were ringing at that point. It was too much grueling training, and he was tired. And he said, bearing in mind the Floyd Mayweather fight, I was devastated. I was so mentally I was bad. Then I fell out with Billy Graham, so mentally I was down, and I fought another guy, and I was back up, and I fought Pacquiao, and I was back down. So even though Floyd Mayweather Sr. trained me into the ground a little bit, and he couldn't do southpaw pads, my mind wasn't in a good place anyway. I was never going to pull out of the fight because the tickets had been sold, and I'm a proud man, and if I had, I'd have ended up in the same place anyway. My head wasn't right because since the Mayweather fight, my mind was never right. This is what happens to guys.
Wow.
One fight fucks them up and they don't fight the same way anymore. Yeah. That instinct to just go there, they get a hesitation of, oh, what if I get hit? And that's the difference between being a great fighter and not being a great fighter.
But he lost to Pacquiao?
Yeah, Hatton did, yeah.
Pacquiao is so good.
He was a great fighter. So,
Jesus.
yeah. So he's still alive. Old Floyd Sr.
65?
Now he'd be 72. Right? 72.
72?
Yeah, 72. Like we said in the beginning of the episode, 72.
Oh, yeah.
Born in 52. Yeah. This is from the MayweatherExperience.com. Quote, he is fascinated by current events, politics, and likes to keep up to date with what's going on in the world, which may explain why his favorite show is MSNBC's Politics Nation, hosted by the Reverend Al Sharpton. When it comes to food, Mayweather Sr. has a palate for turkey, chicken, fish, and has removed pork and beef from his diet for as long as he can remember.
He's a fighter. That's why he eats
That's
lean.
Fighting foods.
He knows what
a
he's
lot
doing.
of fighters eat beef too, though. They like lean meats. It's a lot of protein. He says he's living a life that allows him to pursue his passion and what makes him come alive. He's the first to admit that boxing has afforded him a life of luxury and leisure. However, he's also quick to confess his desire to pay it forward and help those much less fortunate as possible. His son's money is what made him a lot. He didn't have no leisure. He was in prison with nothing for selling drugs. If his son wasn't a world champion, he'd be fucked.
He may have made a bunch of money training, too, if he got the $2 million paydays he was asking for. But that's not enough to live a life of luxury and pay it forward. You better hang on to that, man.
Well, and training his son, who became such a big fighter, was what made him such a big trainer. Otherwise, he would have had to start at a much different place, and it would have been different. So can't get enough of old fucking Floyd Joy here.
I want more.
We have, you can get a poster on eBay. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. It is the Sugar Ray Leonard Floyd Mayweather Sr. poster.
Sick.
September 9th, 1978. It has all the preliminary bouts on it. Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool. It says also featuring Sugar Ray's brother in his first professional fight, Roger Leonard versus Wilbur Cameron.
Wow.
You could have seen this fight for the most expensive seat in the house was $12.50.
Jesus, that's so affordable.
And $6.50 was the lowest.
When was the last time you paid $6.50 to go to a professional sporting event for anything?
That's amazing.
That's
to see
incredible.
Sugar Ray Leonard fight live. That's pretty fucking cool.
Actual athlete.
Man, and it's $14.99 or best offer.
Oh.
There's 2 available, so we're getting that for the studio, obviously.
Yeah, $15? Yeah.
$15, we're absolutely getting that for the studio. Or you can get a Floyd Mayweather Sr. signed autographed boxing glove
How much is that?
with certificate of
That
authenticity, which means Ugats,
It's
as we
fake.
did in... If you've listened to our Patreon episode about that, we know what those are. $221.25 for that.
Maybe we get both.
Maybe. That's possible.
I don't know. $220 that we're sending to somebody feels like we're throwing
pricey.
money away because that's fake. It's not real.
Let's go with
There's
the
no way that's
poster.
real. Yeah.
$15 for a poster.
Yeah.
Still can't get enough of Floyd. Hire his ass.
No.
He is available.
$221?
Athletespeakers.com. He can come sign your glove in person.
Yeah.
Do that, and here he is. Yeah, he's available for corporate appearances, speaking engagements, meet and greets, endorsements, virtual events. His fee range, you got to contact him.
$10,000.
You can also do virtual stuff too.
It's $10,000.
It's probably $10,000, and he travels upon request. He will come to you. So not bad. We didn't do mistaken identities because we already did that with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and would have had the same one. So there you go, everybody. That is Floyd Mayweather Sr. And you can tell that's why shit travels in families, obviously.
It just keeps going.
It keeps going and keeps going. Floyd's kids, I assume, won't box because they're too rich.
Yeah, they're. Oh my
Nobody
God, that is
rich is
generational wealth that will last for probably 6 or 8 Mayweathers, right?
Yeah, Creed is the biggest lie in the history of movies. That kid ain't boxing.
Yeah, there's no way.
And if he was,
no way.
he'd never make it through 3 fights because he does. You're not hungry. You're just not.
You don't need it.
And I'm talking not hungry like in the soul. I'm talking literally my stomach is growling. I will fight you for food.
I need a bird.
That's who wins fucking fights.
Yeah.
Look at who's been good at fighting for the last
Forever.
150 years. Yeah. It's always whoever's in the worst shape. That's who gets.
Yeah.
Whoever's the most fucked with or beaten down, they're going to be good fighters for a while.
They're incredible at it. Yeah.
That's how it works. So there you go. There is senior. We've done senior and junior.
Yeah.
It's a family affair here on Crime and Sports.
Sure is, yeah.
If you like that, please get on whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter what you say. Say you're following instructions,
just do
following directions. Yep. Just do it. It really does help that. Also, tell your friends about Crime and Sports. I know it seems like we've been around a long time, so hey, whoever's going to know about it knows about it. It's not true.
Helps. Yeah.
Pretend like you just found it right now and you want to tell people. It really, really helps out a lot here because just thank you for doing that. Yeah. Just please, we appreciate it so much. Also, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com.
Yep.
All your merchandise. Get your tickets for live small town murder shows, virtual live show coming on April the 20th. Very excited for that. Can't wait. It'll be available for 2 weeks after that. So get those tickets right now. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Get all that stuff. You certainly want Patreon for sure. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all the bonus material. $5 a month will get you so much bonus material. That'll get you hundreds of back episodes of bonus stuff you've never heard. New stuff every other week. 1 Crime and Sports, 1 Small Town Murder. You get it all. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about all the weird shit that's happened to Hulk Hogan because it's so much stuff. Between him defending his kid when he fucking killed somebody to the just all the stuff he's had.
All the
funny
shit
stuff.
he brought upon himself.
The sex tape, the Gawker suit, the ex-wife going out with some guy like way less than half his age, all that kind of shit. We'll talk about everything there. A lot of fun. And then for Small Town Murder, we're going to have, back by popular demand, we're going to do weird small town festivals again because that was so much fucking fun, that last one. So that's patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you get a shout out, which is coming in 1 second.
Right.
Also, social media at Crime and Sports on Twitter and Facebook, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. Check all that out. Come and see us. And Jimmy, you know what I need you to do?
Oh, yeah.
Hit me with the names of the most wonderful people in the world who would never, ever beat us with extension cords when we're children. Hit me with them right now.
This week's executive producers are Greg Dreher, I believe. Gregory Dreher, I think. Dreher.
Hey.
I don't know. There's Maher that's a kicker, so it might be Dreher or
maybe.
Dreher.
God damn it, thank you.
Dreher, I don't even know her. Kyle Norweg and his Crown Royal bag. Good for you, Kyle. Lisa Pittman, Raptor 1, happy birthday. from Raptor 2 over. That is Andrea Stanchion. I don't know who Raptor 2 is or 1. I don't know. It's somebody's birthday, and it's somebody close to her, so happy birthday.
Happy damn birthday.
Ryan Christopher also. Our executives, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Other producers this week are Scarlett Horbeast and Estevez Jones, James, over on the banks of the Tug River.
Wow, very nice.
NYPD officer Murray Greshner. I believe that's... from NYPD Blue, I think
it is, possibly.
Oregon player that the Hanson Bros hit with a puck.
Oh, that's great.
That guy, too. Peyton Meadows.
Had a tough day.
Jennifer Ward, Janice Hill, Diecast 360, Rebecca J, Elizabeth Domingo, Raven with no last name. Oh, actually, Diecast, I believe, is an he is. What did I do that for? I put in the wrong spot. I apologize. You're fucking outstanding and over the top also. Elizabeth Domingo, Raven with no last name, Robert Goes Exploring, Judy Berry, Matthew Shields, Jessica G, Ashley Boone, Jenny Meigs maybe? I'm not sure. Ryan Burrow, Heather, nope, that's Hunter Martin.
Hey.
Sorry, Hunter. Eric Emerise, Chantel Vasquez, Jennifer Rothgeb, Tawny with no last name, Melanie Renton, Anthony it's Andy Felterbush, and he probably didn't. Love James's voice. That's somebody. Michael Ballas?
Thank you.
Ballas. Arsenic Catnip. That's fucking disgusting.
Mean.
Don't do that, you fucking monster. Caroline Caroline, maybe. Sionia, Rose McCoy, Brandon Holiday, Christopher Subclef, Nick Lambright, Kristen Schmidt, Miley with no last name, Gerald Ribbons, Biz with no last name, Brandon Pavlov, Elijah W., the Doyle with no last name, just one, the Doyle.
Singular
No,
Doyle.
I get it, Pod. Yeah, exactly. No, I get it, Pod. I believe that's, I don't know. Amy Fulcher, that's not somebody's name. Owen Coates, Devin Nelly Randall, Wade Halverson, Val
Don't confuse
Birch.
Jimmie, guys. Calm down.
Rebecca. That's maybe her first and last, or just her first. Or
like
all right.
Lisa.
That's exactly what. All right, Angelique
Ricardo.
Artichochio, or Chocho. Chocho? That's not right either. That's gross.
Wallow in that Italian last name, Jimmie.
Latrodecta. I don't know what that is. That might be a disease.
Dinosaur, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Is it a flying dinosaur? A Lacodectra?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Sean Donnelly, Jacob Ricketts, Holly Hallborg, Chart Ganesh, I believe.
Thank you.
Megan Cravens, John Fire, like lawyer, but Fire. Christina Lapsansky, Cora Hudson, Justin with no last name, Mary Jean C, Anti-Rowitz, Sam Ritz, Catherine Gagne, Natasha Tanner, Lauren Williams, Aaron Clark, Holly Costavicci.
Yeah.
Costavinci, Jarrett Bradwaite, Angela Nugent. All right, now it's getting fucked up. Nugent,
You're really off the rails
Phyllis
here,
with no last name, Chris Livingston, Valera 70, Molly Ott, Kristen Frazier, Lucy Bryant, Alia Yarde, BOF, Harvey Fox, Jonathan Rodriguez, Nikki G, JT with no last name, Luca Chiafredo, Abigail Mitchener, Christy Robison, Christine Cinquangrana. Cinquagrana, Brooklyn.
You went
Bulls.
over the white line on the side for a second, but you pulled it back on the road. Keep going.
Jeff with no last name, Nicole Durand Krupa, Shelby Metcalf, Gretchen with no last name, Darren Sutton, Jesse Williams, Jen Carr, Dakota. Nope, that's Dark Lotus Kisses. Jeff Keen, Live for Today. Stephanie Brevig, Ollie Terry, Sean Holder, Cam Sharpie, Beth Bott, Allison Barham, Levon Herrera, Josh Taylor, Julia with no last name, Rachel with no last name, Tanya Vieira, Remy with no last name, Britt Fulkerson, Claudette with no last name, Trevor O'Connor, Tawny with no last name, Rita Waltz, Benjamin Strysick, Aubrey H., Susan Kelly, Amy Edwards, Keely Reinert, Steph Earl, Billy Harris, Kimberly Dyer, Tammy Sappington, Dylan Fisher, Elizabeth, no last name, Eric Chopin, Frederick Chopin.
Oh, fucking Chopin.
Maybe it's Eric Chopin.
We both immediately go there.
John Scarbaggio, Mom Bob WG, Bobby Here both. Carla G, Nicole Reza, Daniela Johnson, Aaron Julius, Katie Oliver, Kara Bogart. All right. Ray Bullock. I've done my best. Michael Humecki, Ryan Black, Ashley Kaiser, Edward with no last name, John Shine, Stephanie Taylor, Nina Slawinska, Maria with no last name. Oh, it's Marie. Caitlin M, Heather Chastain, Eric Sumsion, Cody Giles, Bridget Seidel, Shandy Brown, Draft Ton, Victoria Moore, Andrew Narsh, Melanie Lude, Andrea and Adriana Farmer, Isaiah Vigu, Paul Bros, Paul the Brothers, Rachel Henry Ricketts, Rini Burdette, Christine Gillette, Tom Scott, Charlotte Warner, Ashley Jansen, Michelle Lapointe, Will F, Leah Norton, Lefty Vegan, Scott Folms and B, Tracy B, Bud. What is this? Budsy Daisies, and everybody who came to our fucking shows this weekend and donated via Patreon, PayPal, ever. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all that you do for us. Honestly, it's everything. So we do appreciate it. Yes, thank you to everybody that came to the live shows. We'll also thank you on Small Town Murder.
Thank you for that. Jesus,
cool shit, man. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to follow us on social media, very easy to do. It's at the website. There's a menu and all that shit. Keep coming back. Keep hanging out with us and do all of that. And live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.